Afro Fish OG.
What's going on, everyone? It is Taylor, Scorpio, and Devin all back again. So it's been a long time before. It's been a year since we done the video game awards last year. We did, and that was really, really good. So I don't got really an intro for this. I'm not good with intros. I'm actually really horrible with intros. The best intro. I got to get the best intros ever. But now I'm gonna run to you guys. How are you guys doing? I'm glad that you guys are both back. Like, man, it's been a fucking year.
Yeah, I'll pretty much let Devin take the floor on this one because, like, obviously I don't need no introductions. For me, it's just been a while. I've just been gone due to work, but we'll let Devin take it.
Yeah, I'm here. Dell isn't one half of the Level Down podcast.
So we have the Lev.
Yeah. 2024. It's almost over. It's been I can't say for anybody else. It's been a good year for me.
That's awesome. Yeah.
All the stuff. One tragedy happened, but you know, my grandmother passed.
Oh.
She was in the 90s though. She had a good ride. So I can't be upset about that. You know, that's what happens. But other than that, this year's been great. You know, can't complain about nothing. No, you know.
No, I feel that. And we lost SCORP.
Connection dropped.
Yep.
He'll be back.
Yeah, we up there he is. We have lost. He just wanted to be, you know, the underneath everybody else.
I dig it. Yeah, but this 2024 has been an awesome year for me. You know, the podcast is doing streaming wise on like Spotify and stuff like that. We're doing awesome. YouTube, it's YouTube. We know that it's not going to be super easy to get subscribers and people watching, but we don't do it for that. But Spotify doing great numbers. iTunes is it still called iTunes?
Yeah, iTunes is still iTunes.
Yeah, okay. iTunes is still doing its thing. Still doing good. We're up on iHeart. I think Pandora now too.
Oh,
wow. We've linked up to a bunch of platforms for audio listeners.
That's smart. See, that's where I gotta take one from y'all's playbook. Because I do the podcast and then I get them out and then I gotta make sure to spread them out to like other places.
Yeah, most people when we started, we were all audio. So most people knew us. They didn't know what we looked like. They just heard two guys rambling. And that's where we built a big following. Now we're trying to get the video portion of it really out there, and I appreciate that. Thank you. Trying to get the video portion out there. You know, you can watch the video on Spotify now because I upload both podcasts, Level Down and Bury the Booking, on Spotify video. It's fun, you know. We come out weekly, regardless, rain or shine. We're there.
No, that's awesome. No, I'm really happy that you guys are becoming like keep moving and keep moving forward. Like, cause at the end of the day, that's what's most important. You know, and you guys are staying consistent too every single week.
Yeah,
like that shit ain't easy.
No,
that shit ain't easy.
No, we sometimes just make shit up. Because there's nothing to talk about.
Yeah, I know, because I've seen some of y'all takes. Like,
yeah,
I've seen some of y'all takes, and I'm like,
be honest, people need to understand. Like, people hear us on they watch our shorts and they take that and they comment, and I'm like, if you watch the whole video, you realize 90% of the time we don't mean any of this. It's just for laughs. It's just to make waves, get people talking. get people engaged. Like especially on a wrestling podcast, I talk so much trash,
I can only imagine.
so
Like, how
much.
much
Like
they
I had
go
a whole rant about the guy Biggie, and people were pissed at me. Pissed. Like I've never had to delete comments before,
Oh wow.
but then it's like I had to delete some because they took it seriously. Obviously, they don't watch and realize that I'm toxic as hell.
I like how you, I like that you can admit it.
Yeah,
Like, that's the thing. I like that you can admit that, like, I'm just being toxic. It's totally
that's
fine.
it.
But some people can't. Some people can't take a joke. So I mean, I'm
No,
not really even surprised at all. It just it it just people are just dumb that way.
but it has opened up a lot of conversations.
Hmm.
Like I'll say something and then it'll spark and then people start talking and talking and talking and I'm like, this is where I wanted to go. This is how it should be.
Mm-hmm. No,
And I enjoy that because then I'll start engaging and getting into the conversation with them. And as long as everybody's, I know people crack jokes and stuff like, but as long as you keep it, you understand that these are jokes, we're fine. We can go back and forth with it all day. I love it.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you at all.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the I think that's the benefit when it comes to podcasts is just sometimes, when you have nothing to talk about, you just kind of ramble, you start talking shit and stuff. And I mean, it's good though that, like, I'm glad that it comes to a point where you just are like, yeah, I know they're just, it's just bullshit. And your audience will learn that it is just bullshit. Because, yeah, through the clips themselves, people are purposely sometimes going to just take it out of context.
Yeah.
What you say. Even I know in my own videos, sometimes I get stuff taken out of context. And sometimes like the stuff they take out of context sometimes is really not that serious. Like,
no,
it's just
but then people are passionate about what they like.
Oh, yeah.
Which I completely understand. Because I had death threats. I talked about Star Wars. And like people was really like sending me death threats. And I'm like, first off, I'm from Philly. You ain't about that life at all. I might be fat laughing and joking, but let's not go back to the old me. There's stories. Let's have a good time. Let's joke. Let's have fun. Yes, I'm talking about your beloved Star Wars.
How dare you?
People hate when I talk about it.
That's why what's funny is I stopped like talking Star Wars for a while. Because I don't know if you've seen up on there, like Captain Goofy Hunter.
Mm-hmm.
He's joined a couple times as well. We had on probably like 3 or 4 times. Great dude. And he's a lore master himself. Like, he'd be considered a lore master. And it's it's crazy because, like, especially during the stuff with the Acolyte, I listening to him talk, it's always interesting to me because he does call out a lot of these people when it comes to Star Wars. I don't anymore. I stopped. Like, I stopped calling people out because I stopped giving a shit. Like, it was
the
just
crazy thing is, I don't know anything about Star Wars. I've only seen the movies, and I've only seen the movies because Shondell loves Star Wars. So I've watched the movie, I've watched the shows, but I'm a Trekkie.
Right. Like, and that's there's that. It's not even a war. It's crazy. It's crazy. Old times there used to be the war between Star Wars and Star Trek. Now, like, it seems like Trekkies are like kind of like, I'm just gonna watch Star Wars just keep eating itself.
I've enjoyed the movies, some of them, but I'm not a hardcore fan. Like, I don't understand there's a lot of things in the world that I don't really understand. And then people talk to me about it and I'm like, oh, I get it now, even though I don't agree with it, but I understand where you're coming from. I'm understanding where these plots and twists and stuff coming from. And even with the Alkaloid, that was the best Star Wars I've ever seen. because I've said it before, because I enjoyed how they showed the Jedi to be monsters.
Mhm.
I've always thought that. Now there's a show proving it. And I thought
No,
then they're going to cancel a show that I actually like and
oh
I can
yeah.
get behind.
And that's the thing. It's like I watched the Acolyte. I personally didn't like it.
Mm.
But I definitely understand people who did and like why they did. Like I started watching the new show, Star Wars Skeleton Crew.
That's what the kids, right?
Yes.
I ain't see that
And
yet.
now if you like, and the best way they tried to explain it is if you like shows like The Goonies, if you remember that way back when, this is what that show is. It's kind of like a Star Wars version of that movie.
Okay.
Yeah. It does. It's kind of like this. It gives me that back a little bit when the 80s kind of, when things just kind of happen. The kids are just on an adventure, and shenanigans are kind of happening at the same time.
So it's kind of designed
Little
aimed towards a younger generation.
yeah, like yeah, I would say so. It's definitely more. It's yeah, a little bit. It's lighter, I would say. It's where the Acolyte was definitely like a more of a darker series. This is definitely a lighter tone from the couple episodes that I've seen so far. It's only 3 episodes in right now.
So I'll wait till it's done and then binge it.
Yeah, like I like it. I like it so far. So far, it's been true. There's a lot of fandoms that'll go for the throat. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Flamingo, you're absolutely correct. Like it's crazy. I think it's weird when fans start going to the point where you're sending threats at people.
And
One,
the thing is, you send threats to people you don't know. You
oh,
don't
that is
know
the
my
biggest
mental health status. You don't know if I'm going to get your information and show up and knock on your door. You don't do stuff like that.
one. There's been multiple instances of stuff like that happening. Someone catches your IP address,
Yeah.
and that's it. And boom, boom, boom. All of a sudden, this person might not be around no more.
Like
And
I've been in discussions. I'm 41 years old. I've been on the internet for a very long time. I'm older than Google. Like real. We never did anything like this. Even back in the old OG World of Warcraft days when it was toxic, you still didn't do nothing like this. It stayed in game. It stayed in house. You talk your trash. You kept it moving. You didn't threaten nobody. To me, that's insane.
it is insane, and I think it's indicative of how far people go for something that is supposed to be something joyous.
I
Um,
I take it to this. People who do stuff like that have never been punched in the face. You never.
or if they have not hard enough.
Exactly. Because I'm 5'11", 350. I'm an ex-wrestler. Beast of the East competitions, I've done it. I would never go up to somebody and be like, say some crazy stuff, because people know MMA fighting now. And you don't know anybody's mental health. You don't know what's going on in their life. Like I said, it's one thing to have jokes and be passionate. And it's another thing to just be a horrible person. And we don't need that. And moving into 2025, we definitely need to get out of that mindset as gamers, as comic book fans, is everything in this culture that we brought together and try to bring together. We need to be working with each other, not against each other. No, I might not like what you like, but I respect the fact that it's made and that you enjoy it.
yeah, I mean, and that's the thing. Like I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and lie. I've been the toxic one at times too.
Mm-hmm.
I've been it when I've gotten it. Scorp, I forgot to mention. So today, I chose the same character. I chose in Elden Ring. I chose the confessor. I chose the Confessor. I went immediately to this boss. So he was struggling with one of the bosses in Elden Ring.
It
So
was
I went.
it was the duelist
Yes,
hammer one.
yeah.
Mhm.
So I went to the same place you did today, and I took 2 hits out of it, and I was like, "Bro, it's you." Just to prove the point. I knew it. I knew it was like I knew this. I don't have to do this. I don't have to do this, but I did
Okay,
it
no,
anyway.
no, no, no. Hold on though. But did you level up anything? And did you level up your vigor?
My vigor was at 12, which is 1 higher than the other one.
Okay, so I had nothing leveled up at that point. Nothing.
Yeah, you had 1 level. Yeah, I was 1 level above you.
No, even then, like still, I even went back. Even remember when I went off stream and I still did the level up with the 3,000 runes, and still I couldn't do it. As soon as I played the samurai, swipe, done.
Because
2
I say you
minutes.
got past a bleed on him. That's why I got it.
But
I'm not gonna lie to you.
still
I'm gonna
did.
go through with every single one. Go to that dude and then just beat him with every single person just to prove a point.
You said
Okay,
your
okay,
vigor's
fine.
12. I
Okay,
think
fine. How
mine
about
is
this?
68.
Yeah, my vigor is on my new character is well, not no, I just boosted him level 14. My other character is level like 260, and so
Yeah. See, I don't play that game online.
no, I won't play
They
it
don't
online.
like, because first off, the game is really difficult. I've already beat it,
Mhm.
and now I just get back on it just to have fun,
Yeah,
and I just max all my settings out, all my stats out, and just run around and have a good time. Nothing can kill me on that game.
Right now I got my samurai up to like level my vigor on my samurai up to like level 19 or something like that, which is actually pretty good. But you know what? Okay, talk right now because I'll give you this much that hey, I might be struggling on that. But I whooped Bloodborne before you even got through 2 minutes of Elden Ring yourself. How
yeah.
long did it take you to even start Elden Ring?
I had it started. I just was stuck on the
Yeah, but hey, give me credit. Once I deleted my character and I said screw this, I'm already further than where I was.
I ain't giving you no credit till you beat the game.
Now y'all playing on console, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Like, but keep in mind, I also got Bloodborne and Liza P under my belt.
I
still can't get through
got
Liza
Elden Ring
P.
and this DLC.
I'm still out Souls liking you by 2 different
Consort
times.
Return, bro.
Yeah, and then when I put
cannot
that under
get
my belt
Liza
by
P.
Christmas,
I'm gonna definitely start Liza P.
That is, every time I start it, I probably get maybe 30 minutes, 45 minutes in, and I'm like, I'm done.
nah. See, what was it at the beginning of the year? Afro and I we did a podcast about how we've never played any Souls or Souls like games and everything. And then we're like, screw it, we'll just start off with whichever pick one. He started off with Elden Ring. I started off with Bloodborne. Then he once he beat Elden Ring, which was amazing, he went on to do Dark Souls 3 now.
So yeah, I'm working on Dark Souls 3.
Yeah, so he's flying through that. Me, I went the other route. I went Liza P, and now I'm going to Elden Ring. But I don't care for like Sekiro or the Dark Souls. I just like the Souls, like the other ones I play off stream are like Hollow Knight and Code Vein, like stuff like that, like where it's kind of Souls like ish, but more enjoyable as well. But our thing is that we said hopefully by the end of this year we will at least beat one of the ones that we said we were going to do, which he beat Elden Ring and I beat Bloodborne, and we will come back to show that what it was like after playing them.
Yeah, and I mean this would be the perfect time.
Pretty much, like we kind of rip on each other too.
Like, and I really think you'll enjoy it.
I'm already enjoying it right off the start.
I'm gonna let you know right now. I'm going to be in your live just trolling you.
Well, if you don't have somebody trolling you, then you know that you're doing something wrong. Like, like I even say it when I'm at work. if you're not yelling at somebody or getting into arguments with people, then you're not doing your job, because that clearly doesn't show that you care as much.
It's because I can't yell at my residents.
Well, no, but if you but like in my case, like I'm a lead. If you were a lead and you were talking to your coworkers and they're not listening, you got to make them listen.
Hit
You
them
got
with
to
a
do
rolled
your
up
job.
newspaper. Like,
Oh, I don't know. Me and my clients, we yell at each other,
See,
but we're
Everybody does
just that's just how we talk to each other.
right.
Exactly.
You know, I work with people with co-occurring diagnosis, and sometimes they get heated. And then the next day, we're like, what were we yelling at each other about? I don't know.
That's
Let's keep it
usually
moving.
It's not that
There
serious.
you go. That's
Yeah,
family.
we yell at each other all the time. I got written up. Oh no, I almost got written up because me and one of my clients, we were outside the building and we were just F you this, F you that, you this, you son of a just going at it. And somebody who didn't know who I was reported me to my supervisor.
Oh no.
And then
Ooh, that's
HR got involved. And I was confused. I'm like, who was outside yelling what? Because it didn't even register. And then the person who reported me spoke to my client, and he didn't even realize what was happening. He was like, I don't know what you're talking about.
That's
I've worked
the
with Devin for
stepchild that wants a
years.
family. That's the stepchild that wants a family.
Yeah.
It's just like that's the sometimes it's best just to see your way out.
Yeah.
Right.
But I've been with my company now almost 7 years.
Oh, I've been with mine for 10. So that's
Yeah.
why I have like even my bosses like, yeah, I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah, nobody
I had
bothers
one
me at
come
my
up to me, I
job.
call him the leprechaun.
Well, honestly, in my department, I'm the only one.
Oh.
There's nobody else that does my job in my department in my area.
Oh.
So it's me.
That makes it easier then.
That's it.
Yeah.
I come and go. I do my job. We supposed to have a Christmas party tonight.
You just were like, I'm not going.
I had to do this.
Well, I appreciate that.
I don't care about them people. Like, I had to do this.
Yeah.
This is more important than sitting around a bunch of coworkers drinking and eating.
Just looking at them, just like, y'all disgust me.
Yeah, I don't drink. I can't eat. I got diabetes. I don't eat everybody's food. No, home.
No, that's fair.
Having fun right here.
That's fair. That's the thing too. Is like I just kind of feel like honestly that's how I kind of feel with my coworkers. Like I'm no shout or no like shame to any of my coworkers. I've had pretty much a good relationship with like all of them, but one. Like, so
It happens.
It's always one. Yeah, and I just every time she says something to me, like yesterday I was listening to the video game awards, and she's like, "Well, you're not really supposed to be listening to the awards." And I'm like, or listening to this, and I'm like, "Well, we have another person who also has the video game awards on, and you didn't get on her at all."
And don't you work like at night?
I work a PM shift. I'm like, all my residents are already in bed. Everything is also taken care of, so I don't know why you got a problem right now.
Y'all supposed to be. I know what job you do. I've been involved when I was working in EMS. I was in and out those facilities all the time, especially at night. Sometimes at night, and it was always chill, laid back. You don't need nobody in your business.
Nah,
long as residents is cool.
Well, that's the thing. She got a issue. I don't know what it is.
That micromanaging.
Yeah, I don't know what it's interesting because we got another nurse that everyone's like, oh, she also micromanages a lot, but it hasn't been nearly as bad. So I just kind of put the phone down, and then as soon as you leave, you put the phone back up.
You got a hard job. Hard job. Underpaid, short-staffed. and I've seen it been getting worse over the years.
It has. I just cut down on my so I work 2 jobs, both of them caregiving jobs. And one of them I work every other weekend, and the other one is my full-time one. And the one I worked every other weekend, and then a Tuesday night. And I told them I don't want to do that. I want to cut back, and it's just the place also is just getting worse. We've went through since I've been there since 2022, yeah, and we've already went through 2 different directors. We went through at least 2 or 3 different chefs. I've seen basically almost the whole entire crew has been in and out at least 3 times or 2 or 3 times. Like it just, I'm just like, I got to a point where I'm like, I don't even like this place is close. It's like within not even a half mile of my house, so it's convenient. But I'm like, I don't even want to be here. I'm just through the winter.
By me working in community mental health, there are we always have a high turnover rate. People come in, they get that experience, they move on to something else. That's basically what my company is for when they hire employees,
like a stepping stone job.
Yeah, and it's cool. It's not fair for the consumers because once you get attached to somebody and they're gone in like a year or 2, then you got somebody else. You got to build that rapport back up. This is my retirement job. I did 15 years on an ambulance and a fire truck. Got a couple pieces of paper under my belt, a couple degrees. And I was like, well, I'm going to just ride this out. My clients know Devin ain't going nowhere unless they fire me. And you're not going to fire one of the only black people who work there.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's the thing too.
My clients are great. Even the ones who are a pain in my butt, they're still unbelievable people. Great people. Despite what they've gone through, what they're going through. They're one of the reasons why I really stay there and I like my job. My coworkers, they all right. They all right. But I like my people.
That makes sense.
No, like absolutely. even people who are no longer in my program, you still got my number. You see me on the streets, you better speak to me. Cause I'll scream your name from across the street, real ghetto, and embarrass you. Like, don't act like you don't know me.
No, that's absolutely fair. That is, no, that's and that's the thing. That's what I love about. One thing I will always say that I love about my job is that the people that you meet there, they'll stick with you. Some of them they will end up sticking with you. Mm-hmm. You know, and learning about their lives and all that, especially when it comes to seniors, and you're like, damn, I gotta go start doing something. Like,
listening to older people is the best.
Mm-hmm.
The best. I got stories I can't even say on here of wild things, wild stuff. It's just lived experience, and they so open and honest with it. They get comfortable with you, and they just start talking, and you start listening, and you like, hold, let me get a beverage and some popcorn first.
Oh yeah, it's all
like, going to get good.
It's always funny because you just sitting there, you listening, and all of a sudden your eyes just kind of get big. You just look like.
Mm-hmm. I love the conversations where I'm like, wait, back up. What did you just say? You did what? When? Wow.
See, the one that always stuck with me is this is in one of my old facilities, and I was helping the resident in a wheelchair. And the resident watching some sort of like, it was like the news or whatever. And all of a sudden my resident goes, I wish the police would go back to doing how things used to be. As I'm pushing her, and I'm like, what do you mean by that? like she just wouldn't say anything. Like, what do you mean by that? Like, now's not the time for selective hearing.
Wow. I've had a couple older clients who said some things that are real questionable. But then I gotta think like, oh, you from a different time. Like you like 30, 40 years older than me. You've been through it. So I usually just be like, all right, whatever.
That's yeah, like that's we had one of my very first job. There was a dude that he loved to flaunt. Like even when things you didn't have to. Like, oh, I got this house and oh this neighbor, she would always come over and I didn't think she would hit on me, but she always kind of was a little. And I'm like, okay, like why are you telling me this? I'm a little like I was super awkward because like the more he spoke, the more info he'd start to drop on her, and it started going from like, oh, okay, to I'm gonna leave the room now.
Yeah.
Like, like it was crazy. Like, but I love it. I love them. They'll go off at some point. At some point, you just let them keep talking.
Yeah.
But no, it's crazy. Scorp, I kind of feel bad because you're so silent down there.
No. Again, like Devin's saying, it's always good to listen. And no, I'm just listening to your guys' experiences because you both pretty much almost have the same type of fields. I want to say, it's different. It's different than me. So
yeah, I'm what they call a behavioral health navigator. My job is to connect and advocate for clients with medical and mental health services. So most clients have what they call a co-occurring condition, meaning they have mental health and some form of addiction. So to get them on the right path, you have your therapist, your psychiatrist, your med management, your peer support specialist, your recovery coach or case manager, or however word you want to use. And then certain individuals who need more help will come to me. And my job is to make sure that, not to make sure, but I help them navigate the medical side so they don't, so they're able to make their primary care appointments, eye doctors, cardiologists, endocrinologists, things like that. And with my medical background, it's so much easy. I'm trained in mental health, a bunch of degrees and stuff. And, working in and out of hospitals and emergency rooms, it gives me a better insight on how I can help them with their physical health, alongside of not being a stranger to addiction. I've never had an addiction, but I've had people in my life who have struggled with addiction. Lived experience. My mother passed because of a really bad drug addiction. So I take all that information and all that experience just to make sure that I, one, can connect with my people at a deeper level and help them the best way that I can. Like, I love a success story. I love a client that gets to a point where they're like, you know what, Devin, I'm good. I don't need you no more. High five. Let's go. That's my main goal at my job, is to get people to a point where they don't need me. No, that's the best thing.
No, I bet just hearing them is like, to others, they'd be like, wait, you don't need me anymore. It's like, no, but this job, you really don't want them to need you anymore.
Yeah. I don't want you to need me.
No, I feel that.
No, that makes absolute sense.
Yeah, with me, I'm just, I work with the public outside. I mostly, I'm subcontracted with the city to clean the leaves off the road. So it's like, it makes the area aesthetically pleasing, but at the same time more safer, so that cars aren't sliding, people aren't sliding. That's just the leaves. Like that's what the fall. Plus, I'm also doing my winter job at the same time where I'm on call. So if it's snowing in the middle of like a leaf pickup, I have to drop my crew to go do my salting at the same time. So I could be out hours at varies different times. Yeah, I've been gone for a little bit. Almost 18 days straight work. Basically Mondays through Saturdays. About 8 to 10 hours per day. So now that that's over, but now I'm on, like I said, I'm on just pure on call. So I could be sitting here one moment like, oh yeah, everything's good, but the moment that my phone goes off saying, hey, you got to come do snow, sorry guys, I'm out. It's like,
Oh no, I understand that.
yeah, my job revolves now around the phone, and it's
You
like,
are I think over here it's called public works.
yeah, I'm like, I pretty much am like that.
Yeah,
So
they do all the road stuff.
yeah,
Salting, plowing, cleaning.
It's essential.
Yeah.
pretty much. So like,
We need them.
yeah, and some people take advantage of that. Like some people don't understand. Like, obviously you guys understand. Like AFRO knows. Like I just sent him a message yesterday or the other day saying, "Hey, guess what? It's already minus 20 right now up here." And he's like, "Yeah, I can't do shit. I can't do that shit." And like some people don't understand that. Yeah, like yeah, you hear where in Canada that, oh, we get hit with the minuses. It's cold, and yeah, but you got to have respects to your workers, your essentials, that they're out there at like 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, in the dead of like the cold, where it could hit the minus 40s, minus 30s, minus 20s. In like when you hear the news saying, oh yeah, if you have skin that's exposed for a few minutes and you could get frostbite, oh no, they're don't worry, you guys are safe. But for the people that are out there, they're basically like, I'm not just saying just because I'm in it, but like it's like when people look at the police and the the firefighters and the paramedics, they're the unsung heroes that make the places run, but people take so much advantage just to get a quick buck nowadays. Even like the healthcare and the social working, like what you guys do, nobody appreciates that. At least nobody knows about it, except for like the elderly and stuff. But if you go to the side, like some people would be like, "Oh, but they're just old. Put them in a healthcare home. They don't have to watch them. That's somebody else's work, right?"
Yep.
But like you said, it's all mental health. It's all health stress, and like you deserve nothing but praise for what you do.
Yeah.
But
that's the hard part. Usually, I'm not gonna say all the times, but one of the things is like I've seen where people kind of dump off their people who are older or something like that. And sometimes it's definitely unfair. But there's been times where the reason why they leave them is because of how they acted throughout their life.
right.
Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen people burn bridges with family members and end up in personal care homes, nursing homes, and things like that. I just can't do it.
I don't think I could. It's just it's hard because the worst part about it is we've had people who get dumped and they still are the same as they were before. It's everybody else's fault. It's well, they put me over here because they don't really care about me, and you just, as you watch them, you're like, I see why they do this.
That's one thing I try to avoid because I have some older population, and we try to keep people independent in their homes. Like I think in my years of doing, let me see, I put one person, I didn't put him, but my individual agreed to go into a nursing home because his living situation was horrific and he needed that help. And I think I've done 3 personal care homes, 3 or 4 personal care homes, just because at a certain point, when it gets to the extreme, this is the option for you. But I need you to stay in your house. I need you to keep it because you stay independent, you stay mobile, you stay active, you stay alive. Once you stop moving, it's all downhill.
It is.
And like I tell everybody, you gotta, even if you get out and walk for 20 minutes, 30 minutes a day, get involved. Like you want to play cards. If I got an hour and a half, 2 hours, I'll come play cards with you. I know how to finagle my paperwork to make it seem right. Like, let's do it.
Let's
No
go. I
problem.
got some spare change to lose.
Yeah, let's have a good time.
That's a spare change to win. Let's be honest.
Oh no, I never win.
Yeah,
No.
dude.
Take all your retirements.
Yeah, I let all my people win.
Like, yeah, it's
Me
It
and
ain't
this
happening.
old dude was pitching quarters outside the supermarket. I was parked. He's one of my clients. I was parked on my computer in a supermarket parking lot doing some paperwork. He knocks on the glass. I'm like, hey, what's going on? He's like, man, I'm just out here just going for a walk. And just out of the blue, he's like, you want to pitch quarters? I'm like, yeah, let's pitch some quarters. So it's like 10 of us now alongside the supermarket wall pitching quarters. And
then
I'm just
there's
thinking,
that one that just collects the quarters.
and I'm just sitting there like, this is my job. It's 2:00 in the afternoon on a random Tuesday pitching quarters with a bunch of old dudes. Can't get no better than that. We have not talked about one game.
No, I was sitting there looking at the news thing. Like I have like all the gaming news and all that. But I'm not gonna lie, this was better. This is better. This is
No,
Yeah.
this is more heartfelt. This is actually something I want to talk about because since I'm going to be doing a second podcast as well, dedicated more onto positivity and to like basically more on people aspect.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
this
that's
was
what
also but this was also like a little good like welcome back to us who hasn't been here for like at least a while.
Mhm.
yeah.
Like
It's hard to
is a
find
good intro.
time, man. I'm not gonna lie, especially because I know, for example, with SCORP, the way that your schedule is, my schedule, I work a PM shift, so like, unless I decide all of a sudden to try to turn it into a morning show, like
Yeah.
which I've thought about, but that's hard.
See, this is why I love. We don't do live. We record and then upload. I think we did one live show once, and something happened, and it just didn't work out well, technical wise. But yeah, we record and just push it out that way. I don't think we probably won't do live for a while.
Yeah.
And when it comes to like game streamings, that's far and few in between. Like when I remember to turn on OBS, because I'll play a game for hours. I'm like, oh damn, this could have been on Twitch.
There are certain games that I'm gonna like. For example, tonight was supposed to be after we were done with this. I don't know how much it's gonna be. I might go make food for my wife before she gets back. But I was gonna do a Sly Cooper has dropped onto the PS5. The first, second, and third they updated it for like more like a PS5 style. I'm excited because like I can go through those games because I didn't like this gonna sound really weird, but like the Sly Cooper collection set, I wasn't a fan of. I had to stream it for one, which it's not consistent. At least now I can download them. On top of that, something kind of interesting is so it was the third boss fight for the original Sly Cooper that was actually an issue because it's rhythm based. However, when they ported them to like the PS3, the rhythm doesn't match these like letters go flying at you and you have to dodge the X, the square, the triangle, and the circle. You have to dodge them, but I can't dodge them because of the fact that sometimes they don't equal up. So I was getting them where I was like, all of a sudden, okay, cool. they all match correctly, and all of a sudden, here comes the circle. I get hit before the circle even gets to me,
That's
and then I
crazy.
start all over.
I haven't played Sly Cooper since I had to look it up. 2002.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's the Sly Cooper and the Thieves of
Devious
Raccoonus.
Raccoonus. Yeah,
That
No,
is the last time I played that game.
it's good though. Like it was really good. I would highly recommend it pretty much for anybody. And that's the thing. Like since they brought them all on PlayStation because they did all the same with the Jack and Daxters, the Ratchet and Clanks they did, but they all stream or like had them like you can stream them, but you can't actually download them. So maybe they'll be moving those next.
Mm.
I hope so. Because I'd rather have them downloaded on my thing than trying to stream them. But that also equals up into that because it's the 30-year anniversary this year.
Yeah,
PlayStation.
Yep.
I'm older than PlayStation.
I am older than PlayStation, and also I will say though, with what I love too is the fact that they allow you to change the sounds and on the home screen for PlayStation. You could choose PlayStation 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5.
Let me see. Let me see if I can grab this for y'all.
Oh.
I don't know. Oh, here we go.
I can't wait to see what this is.
I don't usually move stuff around.
Ooh, is that a PlayStation 1 clock?
But I'm gonna show y'all something. I want to see if it shows up on camera. This is a PlayStation. I can't do it.
That's what I thought it
Oh,
was.
here
I
we
thought so. That's awesome.
This is a PlayStation that was turned into a clock.
Yeah.
But can they play Doom?
No, it works.
Oh, really?
The PlayStation works.
No way.
When it was given to me, I was like, oh, they gutted it. But then I had some old wires and popped back in the what's that called? The laser component. And it actually turned on and played the game.
That's crazy.
Now it usually just sits on my shelf in the back.
It's art.
Yeah.
It
Most
is.
of my PlayStation consoles are like I have the original. I have the PlayStation. I got a PS2 behind me that works. I have a PS3. I'm going to buy the PS4 and PS5 just to have on my shelf. I don't play consoles.
That makes sense. That's why I
I'm gonna
want
have all of them.
I want to do the same thing with the Xbox. I have the Xbox Series X or S. I have the Xbox One. I want to get a 360. I have a GameCube. I have a PS2. Just a matter of going back and grabbing these and like
Let me see. Behind me, I have the Xbox 360, GameCube, Nintendo 64, old school, the OG Nintendo, PlayStation, and PlayStation 2. I don't touch them unless it's time to dust off. Silver Metroid GameCube. Oh, yes.
Silver Metroid GameCube. And the Halo Green Xbox.
I need to find. I want an OG Xbox, but I don't need it to work.
I have 2 of them.
I got to get one. I just haven't pulled the trigger on it yet. It's my childhood.
Oh,
I have the OG
No.
PS1 and I have the NES, also the OG original Xbox, like the one you're looking for, the black box with the green circle that when it lights up, it's like slime that has that Xbox when it first,
It's cool though. I'm not gonna lie. I was actually talking about those opening, like little like intros. You know, when you see when the game starts.
Yeah.
And like That was one of them. Was the Xboxes, like watching the green slime just start merging, and I'm like, see, they put so much work into this.
I heard that for the 30th anniversary, the PlayStation intros, they're not. You can't keep those. They're getting rid of them.
They probably will.
See, that sucks. Like, you might as well just.
But why do that when I can
them?
take them away and then make you pay for them?
You should have maybe paid for it from the gate. I'd have gave you $9.99.
That's not how it works with Sony.
Like, I'd have gave you $9.99 for it.
Yeah.
You know.
Don't tell them that.
Sony
will be like
is
$19.99.
Yeah, I have to say, Sony is a horrible company. For y'all, for people who have PlayStations, they treat y'all bad.
As I'm playing my PS5 right now.
They do.
No, they do.
Evil. I would say that because I hear the story Chandel talks about because he's a big console guy. He owns all the newer consoles, and I'm like, I can't do it. I was mad at Sony because when they ported the Last of Us Part 1 to PC, it was such a trash game. The game itself isn't trash, but the performance of the game was horrific. Couldn't even play it.
Mm-hmm. And now they're
like, this is how y'all treating us?
Like The Last of Us Part 2 remastered. Like they're just going the Skyrim route.
Yeah, they really shouldn't.
But Skyrim's a better game.
Yeah, the Elder Scrolls. The Elder Scrolls is. I was honestly so. This is probably going to lead into the video game awards. I'm going to be honest, but I was kind of expecting when they said that last game to come out. I was expecting to be a trailer for the Elder Scrolls.
Not for them. Not at the Game Awards. That is going to be a Bethesda thing. That is going to be a huge thing when the Elder Scrolls 6 launches or trailer comes out. Xbox and all of them are going to have a huge event for that. They're not going to let nobody else take that. Mm-hmm. They're going to work and have this huge launch party, a huge announcement party for the Elder Scrolls 6. I need Elder Scroll. I don't think I'm going to live long enough to play it at the route they're going. But I'm a huge Skyrim fan. I've bought every version of Skyrim. I own the 10-year anniversary edition. I have a gold Alduin dragon behind me. I have the cookbooks. I have scrolls. But I'm not confident that I'm gonna see it in my lifetime.
Now I have to ask about the cookbook. Is the cookbook just like a regular book, but it just says Elder Scrolls on it?
No, hold on, let me grab it.
Like I saw one when I went to the store, and I was just wondering if it was like if it's just based game stuff or is it actual like real food.
These are actual recipes. Sunlight souffle. These are recipes from food that's in game.
Oh,
yeah, yep. You got compassion meatball cake, festival hand pies. Like, and I've made some of this stuff. It's actually pretty good.
I'll have to go check it out. And that's the thing. Like, what I loved was I don't know. I guess I was just really hoping that it would be something Elder Scrolls. Like, but you're probably right. It's going to be making a big deal out of it. I was also kind of expecting it to be something with Assassin's Creed again. I wasn't expecting it to be a brand new title from Naughty Dog, like something where I'm like, oh, they're actually trying to move away from The Last of Us, which I'm fine with. Like,
I still can't get away Assassin's Creed.
Checking something different. I don't want to get into this Assassin's Creed, but that was I had that on the list of like things that came up for gaming news that really kind of shook people up was the Assassin's Creed 6. Or not 6, Assassin's Creed, whatever is it, Shadows or whatever it is.
Yeah. Which one is that? With the
Yasuke and the other girl whose name I can't remember.
The black dude and Asian lady.
Yeah.
I said it before. I don't want history mixed into my science fiction. You need to pick a genre. I can't do it. When I got into I've said it numerous times. Like when I got in Assassin's Creed, I thought it was, oh cool, you an actual you in a machine. You're not even there. And that irked
like
the
I
hell
said
out of
before,
me.
the story dipped off, at least in my view, and once
Oh no, it has.
once they got rid of Desmond, they ended his storyline, and it was at that point it was just like, hey, we'll just do this and just do this, we'll just do this, we'll just do this, and
it just took off from there.
Yep.
Like it just that's
and
it.
now
It
it's like you have Yasuke. Sure, it sounds fun, but honestly, I think I'd rather just play as this character in a game similar, more aligned to something like Ghost of Tsushima or Ghost of Yotai.
See, right now. I'm kind of opposed to any games that has to do with ninjas or stuff like that because I need a Tenchu game. I'm not buying no game with anybody with swords and Asian culture expired until you give me a Tenchu game. I need that in my life. To be honest with you, you don't have to give me a brand new game. Just remaster the old one.
Oh, I remember Tenchu.
That's why I was actually really surprised that Onimusha was even mentioned again.
Which I am excited for. I had a list of games from this that they showed that I'm actually excited to play. And Onimusha is one of them because
they mentioned yes, they did. They entered a new game, which I was kind of surprised. Along that with two other ones that were really, I guess three that came back that I was really surprised that they even talked about or they even brought back was Double Dragon. The fact that even the like Double Dragon, I was like, oh my god, are you serious? That's
first, these
awesome.
kids don't know nothing about that.
No.
The cartoon.
The other one was Okami. Like Okami getting a sequel. I actually loved Okami.
This is how I know games aren't for everybody. Because I didn't like that game. There was a lot of games that they showcased that I'm like, oh, that's not for me.
Yeah.
And Okami is one of them.
I'm surprised that they're still jerking the people around for Silk Song. Like it's not mentioned at all, and everybody's been like talking about like basically it's the sequel to Hollow Knight, which is like you get to play as like you know Hollow Knight, the bug one. And
yeah. I own that.
But everybody like as soon as you say Silk Song, it's like a bunch of like meerkats like waiting for a sequel to come out.
Yeah, they're saying it's to be announced.
Yeah, like still, but it's been to be announced for how many years? Like over 10 years?
Yeah. Like the fact that Mafia was also getting a new game kind of threw me for a loop too.
Like why?
Who cares about Mafia?
Yeah, Mafia coming through. Dispatch looks good. I'm gonna be honest. Dispatch looks funny.
I'm on the fence on that one.
It's gonna be one that I'm gonna have to. I know I'm gonna have to play it. And
Ninja Gaiden got me excited. Virtual Fighter got me really excited.
Ninja Gaiden was like the very first opening one. Like it looked like the anime.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, I didn't see that one.
I'm a mech guy. I like mechs. Huge mech guy. Still Hunter. Great. Mecha Break. Great. I just like big robots fighting.
Yeah, that's
like,
fair.
I'm an Armor Core guy. I played every Armor Core game. Like when 6 came out, I had to take off work. I'm like, I'm not going to be here. Figure it out.
See, it was the Split Fiction, I'll say, is another one too. That I don't know if you guys watched that.
Yeah.
I thought that was cool. It looked kind of fun. Like, where's my Zone of the Enders? What is my
First off, Don't give me. Oh my god. Steam has a version has Zone of Enders on there. It doesn't hold up. It does not hold up to what Zone of Ender fans remember. It's trash. Don't get it. We'll never get a Zone of Enders game. They're not going to do it. I would love a Zone of Enders game. It was one of the best games, mech games to be created.
Really?
Love Zone of Enders. Jesus, he just started something. Got my heart racing, teasing me.
For me, it was the Elden Ring trailer. Like, even though I'm going through now, like I said, I'm already liking it. Some people are like, "Oh yeah, you say you like it in the beginning, but you eventually." No, I'm like, if I'm already invested into something in the beginning, I will like it.
Yeah, what's the new one called? Night Rain?
Yeah,
Elden Ring, Night Rain, I believe that what is.
yeah, something like that.
I'm gonna play it.
And then The
Night
Witcher.
Rain looks so good.
Yeah, and then The Witcher.
Oh, The Witcher 4 looks amazing.
I think that was the top one of the actual night. Well, that and sorry, but probably behind it would be Borderlands 4.
Dying Light, The Beast, because I love Dying Light. Great. I love parkour. I love zombies. So I'm excited about Dying Light, The Beast.
Well,
The Outer Worlds 2. I enjoyed the first one. So I might as well play the second one. I'm not saying it's a great game that you should go out and buy the Outer Worlds, but it was I got it on sale. I played it. I enjoyed it. So I'll try the second one. Oh, Warframe 1999. Can y'all get Warframe on consoles?
Yeah. We can.
Yeah.
Great game.
See, I like Warframe. I definitely one of those are I kind of go back and forth with it. For me, obviously, it was Borderlands 4. I am stoked. I saw that and I was like, okay, cool. We actually have like an interesting trailer for this. I'm excited for it. It looks like it's going to be good. To me, it was Tekken 8 getting Clive was really cool. I like Clive from Final Fantasy 16.
But people were disappointed though. They thought it was going to be Tifa.
Why would it be Tifa?
People were like, they were expecting it to be Tifa, not Clive. Like there was.
Why would it be Tifa? Like the Clive is the poster child for the new Final Fantasy. In the old
of 16.
One,
No.
In the old one, it was what's his name?
Cloud.
No, it wasn't 7. It wasn't Cloud. It was from 15.
Oh, 15. It was
Noctis.
Huh?
What are y'all talking about? Y'all speaking Greek.
Tekken's
Oh yeah, I knew the new guy, the guy they brought in. I didn't know who he was. I haven't played.
Noctis.
I've only played Final Fantasy X.
Yeah, but yeah, the only one I've ever played was 16, and like all the way through, or at least most of the way through. I haven't finished, but like I liked it. That was one I was like, okay, cool. Well,
yeah,
that was gonna be our boy Titus.
Yeah, I played I platinumed 15, then I did 10, 10 2, then I did 7 remake, then I played 16, but I tried to play them in orders of like 15 was my very first Final Fantasy playing, and then after that it's like, yeah, my goal is to try to platinum every Final Fantasy that I can as well. But yeah, no, people were expecting, because fighting, Tifa is literally the poster chick of fighting. That's why a lot of people were like, as soon as they saw Clive, they were like they weren't.
Chun Li is the poster chick.
See,
no, but like of Final Fantasy, but like they're not pissed, but they are shocked. Like,
first off,
it's that
we don't need this character in Tekken.
No,
I don't need you adding this crazy roster to one of the greatest fighting games ever. You did that with Soul Calibur, adding all these stupid characters of Soul Calibur.
Hey, okay.
and
Soul
destroyed the
Calibur, I'll
game.
defend.
I don't want Yoda in my Soul Calibur. Completely messed my head up when I saw that. I hated that. You're getting like Mortal Kombat, adding dumbass characters like RoboCop and Rambo. No, keep it classic. You don't see Street Fighter doing that.
Not yet.
They better not. Well, the new Street Fighters is trash.
Street Fighter 6. I've only played a bit in 6.
They changed too much.
I want Alucard in Tekken. Actually, that's
Alucard from. Nah, that's the. Would he be cool? Yes, but I still don't want y'all adding people into my games like this. Like,
that's how it's going though. Like, blame Fortnite for it. Blame Fortnite.
I need
for this,
segregation in my games.
Well,
Real talk.
You really shouldn't be mixing anime with like the games anyway, like with the fighting games anyways. Like it doesn't mix well, like it doesn't bode well. Like, yeah, it's gonna turn into like Fortnite and stuff where it's like, okay, it's kind of goofy with the shooters, but like with the fighting styles too, like, yeah, it might be cool. But if you're gonna do that, then I'm sorry, do like the Shonen Jump Force and stuff like that.
Well,
Do an anime fighting one, but something better.
And it depends on the game. So like,
Yeah, like do a better
like,
one.
well, look at like, okay, so for 16, it reminds me like when they brought in Clive, it looks similar to Noctis, where like he had a sword, you know, you have your sword character, but you also had another sword character in Yoshimitsu.
Yeah.
So I mean, it can be done. The way that they do it in like Mortal Kombat, where they bring in a bunch of like, they'll bring in like 3 regular characters and they'll bring in like a few guest characters. I actually don't mind it, depending on who it is. Like bringing in, like, for example, in the newest ones, they've brought in, what was it? They brought in Homelander, because Homelander was big at the time. Brought in Omni-Man, Peacemaker.
We don't need none of this.
Peacemaker it had to be in, and that's fine. I'll die on that hill.
My thing is this. First, Mortal Kombat is too clunky of a fight game.
I've been a Mortal Kombat fan since the beginning.
I love Mortal Kombat, but the new Mortal Kombat games, they feel clunky. I don't feel the smoothness that I used to. Even with the older games, like it still felt smoother than this new stuff.
Yeah.
And I think because you're trying to do too much.
I feel like also, to me, one of the things that kind of gets me is like, obviously I love the fatalities, which are the poster ability of
Mortal Kombat,
right? However, the biggest problem that I had was sorry, I'm not gonna lie, that whole comment just fucking threw me for a loop. But I think it's some of the characters make sense. Like I actually don't mind them being in there because they are more of a brutal variety. Omni-Man's already is part of a brutal fucking show anyways. It kind of fits in with what you're trying to do with the brutality of starting off anyways.
But what does he have to do with Mortal Kombat?
Multiverse.
I'm sick of multiverse stuff.
that's what it comes down to. When okay, so it's kind of like, to me, that like when it gets to a certain point, like before, when like a show didn't know where to go, they would do like, hey, time travel.
Let me tell you one thing.
Now is you just bringing it to a multiverse.
Let me tell you one thing. There's only one multiverse that's worth anything, and that's Jet Li the One.
Oh.
That's it.
I was not expecting to go that route.
That's the only one. Jet Li and the One. The rest of them, they did it right there. It's good. The rest of it is kind of getting old. Even as a Marvel and DC fan, I'm getting tired of this multiverse. You explaining everything. There's variants and this and that of everything. No.
Well, because this is one of the issues that even comic books have, is that when you just keep rebooting stuff and like, well, this is a different universe to this, but it's a different universe to this, but it kind of pseudo connects with this version,
See, I'm used to that in comic books, reading material. I guess when I started seeing it more on the screen, it's gotten to the point where I'm numb to it.
I
Like
think
I've already know, oh, if this gets messed up, well, we're just going to use a new universe.
right, and that's the thing. It's like that's why they did it. It was basically a big multiverse thing. However, I will say there's one other piece of media that, and I will die on this hill, that does multiverse correct, and that's Everything Everywhere All at Once. Watch the movie.
Yeah, you right.
It's the only other
You
one
right.
that really it does, but it's also self-contained.
Yeah,
You know, it doesn't. It's not like those Everything Everywhere All at Once 2, 3, 4. You know,
I give you that one. That's good.
but like I just feel like you're right though with like how because multiverse is just your go-to when shit hits the fan.
Mhm.
I mean, because you saw it in some of the other games, like early the TV shows like Halo, right? When people didn't like the Halo series, it was like, well, this is actually just a different universe. This is part of it. This is the Silver universe.
That's
And I'm like,
stupid.
no,
I didn't need to see Master Chief's cheeks. I didn't. That you could have had, not to get on that game, that show, visually beautiful, beautiful show. But you took too many liberties. One, the helmet came off. We should have never seen him. If you would have gave me a Halo show about the Halo universe and had Master Chief in the background, that would have been more enjoyable than you focusing on Master Chief taking off his armor, taking off his helmet, having relations with women. No.
it should have been more about either a different section of Spartans during the. I would think it would during a different section of Spartans during the Pillar of Autumn, like when they actually after they launched it out into space, which would take place right after Reach.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff that goes on during that time, or you could have set it to a completely different area, and focus maybe on. Honestly, I would have focused it on either the ODST or the Marines. What
The
it's like
ODST would have been awesome.
yeah, to be an ODS. I mean, I love ODST. ODST is a good game.
Mhm.
It is, and you know one of the big things I love about is the fact that you don't feel all powerful.
Yeah.
Like you are, I'm not a Spartan. I am much weaker than this, and I like the fact that I would love to see it. I've seen a show of just a small squad of Spartans, or I'm sorry, of ODSTs, or I'm going to go as far as back as Marines, and let's say eventually one of them maybe becomes the ODST or something like that later on, or but it would have been
But you
nice
could
to
have
see.
sprinkled Spartans in the background.
Yeah,
You could literally just have you focusing on ODST. They're having a conversation, and you see Master Chief big ass walk in the background,
right.
and you're like, oh, "That's him."
Or do it during a different section where there was where Spartans were more plentiful.
Yeah.
During this part where there was instead of I think Chiefs on Mark 6, I think Spartan, do the Mark 5 or Mark 4s, during that time period to go see what it was like, or even when the fall of Reach, give another perspective from the civilian's point of view.
Mm-hmm.
What this was like going through it, the things leading up to it. Like it's just it bothers some. Speaking of actually, which I'm gonna be honest, there's another game that should have a TV show because I think there's a lot of ways you can go about it. Turok. I also mentioned in a previous podcast that I said that Turok is one that's probably going to end up coming back. I believe it was Goofy that said no. Well, suck it. I was right. But
didn't we have a show called Terra Nova?
Terra Nova. Yeah, I believe we did have a show called Terra Nova. Yes, I'm still on Turok.
Yeah, Terra Nova. That was about people dealing with dinosaurs. I'm a grown man. I don't like dinosaurs no more.
I'm a grown man. Dinosaurs still need to be a thing.
I don't. When I was a kid, paleontology, my thing. Loved it. Dinosaurs. Used to get the books in the mail with the pieces of the dinosaurs that you had to put together, the skeleton and stuff. That's old school. But now I see a dinosaur. I'm like, we can do better.
2 dinosaurs. Like
Now,
I
will
just was I
will
was
I try
very surprised.
Turok? I'll definitely try Turok.
Oh yeah, no, for 100%. I will definitely. Oh, okay, I see what you guys talk. Another one that looks really cool is Thick as Thieves. That looks fun.
I saw that.
So that's the one where it looks like a multiplayer game where it's like, let's say you, me, and Scorp are all thieves and we have one thing we have to steal, and so we all have to compete to try to steal it.
See, you got to have friends.
Yeah, that's hard.
That's the thing.
Don't call me out like that. Like
I don't like games where I need friends.
I'll tell you what, it's gonna make me need friends because I'm gonna make a lot of enemies.
Yeah.
Is it one of those where I would watch like a group of streamers play this Thick as Thieves?
Yeah.
Like I would watch it. Like if all of a sudden we were able to get like 8 people to join, we would all be just it's gonna get fierce and names are gonna get called.
Let me ask y'all something.
Yeah.
Y'all gonna play that Game of Thrones game?
No.
No.
I am.
I've never watched Game of Thrones.
You ain't missing nothing. Some TNA, some dragons, some fire.
That's kind of cool. I like dragons. They're like dinosaurs with wings.
But it ain't.
See, even better.
Here's the thing. Watch Game of Thrones up until like the last couple episodes.
Until
when they brought in when Starbucks became canon.
That was a good part of the show.
Well,
but the end of the Game of Thrones was rushed.
It was
really rushed, and it really disappointed me how they did it. Like I waited all this time to see Winter and the White Walkers, and it was like 30 seconds that battle. And then how it ended, I was like, oh my God, this is depressing.
Did any of y'all play Dave the Diver?
No.
I wanted to. Like, I'm actually really mad at the fact that, like, with the PlayStation Stars, with the Stars program there, I got Dredge for free, but I wanted Dave the Diver.
Yeah.
See, I play Subnautica.
Oh, so did I. I 100% of Subnautica.
So I don't think I'd. It looks good.
Yeah.
Overwhelmingly positive.
Yeah, Dave the Diver. All right, it was very. I think it was nominated last year.
It was, and it was also nominated this year again too.
Yeah. So it's definitely crazy.
This game expensive.
I'm not really surprised. But debuting into some of these like winners though for this year, what'd you guys think about them?
Some I agreed with, some I didn't.
All right, so I'm gonna start off with one of them, which is Player's Voice. That's the winner of Black Myth Wukong won. I never played Black Myth Wukong.
I tried it.
I haven't either.
See, here's the thing. I got kind of a mindset of Frieza from Dragon Ball Z. I don't really like monkeys.
Oh.
I don't. And like when monkey videos show up on TikTok, I turn them off. I don't like monkeys. I don't like apes. None of them. They freak me out. They're weird creatures. When I worked at the Philadelphia Zoo, I didn't go near the monkeys. I don't like you. So I couldn't get into it. I saw the guy. I'm like, oh, this might be cool because then I'm like, nope, it's a monkey. I'm done. No disrespect to their culture. It ain't got nothing to do with their culture. It's just I don't bang with monkeys.
I think when I saw the Player Voice, I was kind of happy with it too. Like I was like, Black Myth Wukong, fine. Wasn't mad at that. I didn't really care for some of them, like the best esports game.
Yeah, that's best esports team, esports athlete, esports game,
content creator. Although I was when I saw Queso on there, wasn't too. I've watched a couple of Queso streams, and he's actually pretty funny.
I have no clue who they are.
He's just a big dude, big old like ginger Southern guy that just has no point of just he just cracks jokes. He just seems like one of those people just really casual.
Yeah. I didn't know any of them.
Like the most anticipated game, I knew was going to be. We all knew it was going to be GTA 6. Like, even though I feel like for me it was Metroid Prime 4 Beyond or Ghost of Yotai, it was basically a toss up between those two. Either way, I'm going to pick them both up.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. I don't like GTA anymore. I kind of lost interest. 5 wasn't that great of a game for me because I didn't like having to control multiple people and stuff like that. I didn't really care to play it online. So I'm not excited about GTA 6, but I will give it a shot. Like when it comes out, if I can get it free on Game Pass, I'll play it. Or if it's severely discounted, like I'll give you $34.99 for it. But I'm not giving you full price.
No, that's fair. Like the only ones on here that I would have paid full price for on that was be Ghost of Yotai and Metroid Prime 4.
Yeah, I'm for the Metroid.
Metroid's going to be very, very good. Best adaptation, I think it came down to Arcane or Fallout. I actually thought it was going to be Arcane.
Because Prime gave the Game Awards some money. You said he was a big sponsor.
But yeah,
Amazon sponsored a lot on this show. And that's why Fallout won.
No, yeah, that's why I think Fallout probably turned out was a good show too.
Hey, I want to say Devin is my bro because GTA thing, but then monkey hate.
Like
I don't like monkeys and I don't like horses.
Oh, horses. I was like saying like best multiplayer. I wasn't really like I thought it was gonna be Tekken 8 at first, and then it was like Helldivers 2, and I was like, okay.
Do y'all play Helldivers?
I have not played Helldivers.
Oh my goodness. Such a fun game. Such a fun game. Great community. I give you that. Because when I started playing it, I didn't know nothing about it. I didn't know what to do. Everybody was supportive. People was helping. Like, got people like, yo, just follow me and shoot. Like, I have not experienced one negative thing, which is crazy, in a video game in Helldivers 2. Like I give them that.
But I'm not gonna lie here. Like I thought, like I was a little bit shocked too because I thought honestly, the new Super Mario Party Jamboree was gonna take it. Like Tekken, we all know Tekken. Call of Duty, we all know Call of Duty. But I was gonna say I'm surprised because like I'm playing it with my niece, like the Super Mario Party Jamboree, and like it's nostalgia. Like Super Mario Party, I'm very, very shocked at like I thought because if freaking Astrobot would win that, I'm surprised that didn't win the multiplayer. Like Helldivers 2 is great and all, but I look like it'll get boring very fast. It's basically Starship Troopers just as a game. Like I know what you're saying.
Starship Troopers is a great game too.
Right, but I'm talking about
I have that too.
Like I know what you're like what you're saying and all, but see, I do my shooters, I do my multiplayers, but I feel like that game, it's just once you drop in, you do so much, you'll get bored of it so fast because it just becomes repetitive after a while. So, like it's basically a loop. Like, yeah, but that's again just my take.
See, now Helldivers is that game is not for everybody. When I go best multiplayer, Call of Duty, Helldivers, Warhammer, those are not everybody games. Not everybody can pick those games up and just jump into them. Super Mario Party, that's a family game. That should have technically won, in my opinion, because it reaches a wider audience. Tekken 8, nah. Not best multiplayer. Yeah. If you're enjoying my content, why not subscribe to me?
Yeah, you gotta love Stream Elements on that one.
Oh, I love the Stream Elements. Yeah, the way they just keep going.
Shout out to Stream Elements on that one. But it is like now for me, what kind of got me a little bit is that as I'm going through the list, like best audio, best score and music, best performance, then you hit best narrative. What am I looking at? I'm looking at Silent Hill 2. It just came out in October. I think it's too young. It's still too fresh. First of all, best narrative, and you're going up against Fantasio. First of all, I never heard of Fantasio, like until Afro told me.
You
That
jumped.
Well, the same
Oh, you
thing I
jumped
said
all the way up
before.
there.
It's been around for. It wasn't a brand new game, but it was just it was the fact that it was also made by Atlas.
yeah, for the Persona, right? Until you told me.
Yeah.
So then that's where I understand now.
Silent Hill 2.
But yeah, like Silent Hill 2 has best narrative. Yes, it has a great story. I'm playing it right now. It's great.
Yeah,
I love
I've ended it.
I never played the original, but to
Okay.
go up against games like Senua's Saga, Hellblade 2, and then Final Fantasy. See, Final Fantasy, yes, again, when you're sticking Final Fantasy in a lot of games, it pushes the bar. Some people would be like, nah, Final Fantasy, it's just whatever. But again, when it comes to like RPGs, like JRPGs, Final Fantasy is it like Square Enix has like that's like their cloak and dagger right there.
But right now I would say though is like you don't sleep on Atlas though.
Oh no,
Like,
no,
don't sleep on Atlas because Atlas knows how to not just make JRPGs, but they also know how to incorporate those JRPGs
right.
really
But
well.
but what I'm getting at is like that's the thing. I do not know Atlas. Like I don't know. Maybe like I'm not saying it like just because it's Final Fantasy and Square Enix, it should always take it. I'm just saying like I didn't realize like Atlas was that big because I don't look at the game companies like like I go pick up a game, I want to play a game. I don't like notice the company behind the game unless I'm very heavily invested. Like I said, I just noticed about Atlas from Afro, like from you now, like just recently, like okay, so now I see why, whatever. But what I'm getting at is like Silent Hill 2, it's still too fresh. Best performance, okay. I could see where it's fresh, it's coming in, but I'm not surprised Hellblade 2 is gonna win because that was an amazing game I heard. Brianna White, obviously as Aerith for Final Fantasy, she nailed it. Star Wars, I don't give a shit. Life is Strange, again, an amazing Telltale game.
I still have never played Life is Strange.
Hellblade 2 is an unbelievable game. When it comes to performances, did Luke do his thing in Silent Hill? Yeah. I give him that. The Star Wars Outlaw, trash. I didn't play Final Fantasy. And
yeah, that was Aerith. Yeah, she did it phenomenal. But yeah, no, like again, I give
but
credit.
Hellblade 2,
yeah, I
that
give
hit
credit
multiple keys.
But I just feel like best score in music, obviously Final Fantasy, Astrobot's there, Phantasmal's there, but Silent Hill, like again, the music it's there, but Stellar Blade is fine, but Silent Hill does not belong. What I'm getting at, Silent Hill does not belong in some of these categories because it's too new.
Okay, however, here's the problem, and this is where the rebuttal comes in. Is this you saying it because it's too new? Is very similar to what happened with God of War Ragnarok.
Exactly.
God of War Ragnarok dropped, but that game is also phenomenal and was good enough to still hold up to that scrutiny. Even though you can't
really say it's game of the year contending. Like I can understand if it's a nominee, but it has to be separate. Like as in games that come out at the end of the year cannot right away unless it like when Baldur's Gate dropped and it happened to win game of the year. It just dropped mid to end year. That's not really a full year.
It dropped in September.
Right, and it's at the end of the year and it's still fresh. Like that's where
you got 3 months, but like 3 months is a lot different than 3 years.
See, what they're doing is these games are making such huge impacts that they are falling on the list. Like I played the OG Silent Hill. I grew up with Silent Hill. Silent Hill 2, the one that just came out.
Mhm.
I got it immediately. I played it. I loved it.
Right.
It is a unbelievable game that adds so much more than what the original did. So when you put it in like best narrative, I can see that. But when you put in like best score, no.
No, yeah, like it doesn't
No.
belong in that category. Like best audio, even then, it's not
Like-
there. Like
Like I would see Silent Hill in like art direction because it's a
yeah,
beautiful game.
like even like when God of War came out, I said the exact same thing. Like it like I feel like it doesn't belong right away. You have to give it its time to fully explode into something amazing.
But like,
Yeah.
but here's the thing: some games are good enough where that is just a possibility. These, I mean, you gotta remember the people who also like play these games play them right out the bat, and they might go for two, 3 playthroughs. Sometimes it takes a second playthrough to kind of go and look and see, hey, maybe this game's not as good. But I think God of War Ragnarok is one of those that did come in and did make a big enough impact that the only thing that it was the only competition that Elden Ring had, and Elden Ring dropped back in February. Like everything else was not even close to it.
Well,
Which
okay,
I thought was
I could
See,
see
my
that
thing
as well.
about these game awards
I could see
is you have these games that are on across all platforms. That's a disservice to me.
Yeah.
Like we bring up Astro Boy that's been nominated for God knows how many. First off, I didn't know what an Astro Boy was.
You mean Astrobot?
Astrobot.
Bot. Oh yeah, I didn't know what that was. I didn't know PlayStation had a mascot other than Sonic. So you can't call something. You can't put. You shouldn't put this game in like best art direction when not everybody's seen it. I ain't seen it. I ain't play it. I'm a PC player.
Well,
I think these games should be multi-platform,
Right.
not exclusive. No exclusives should be allowed to be in any game category.
Right. See,
None of
and
them.
even like this year too, like when everybody was saying, "Oh, well, what about Shadow of the Erd Tree for Elden Ring DLC?" Again, you want to start adding as a DLC now. If it's equivalent to a standalone game, then it deserves its own category. But add a category to it. Don't start like, okay,
You should do best DLC.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like give it its own category.
Yeah,
Because
I
while
agree
it
with
was
that.
good,
I agree with that.
While it was good, yes, I went through it. It don't deserve no awards. It don't even deserve to be nominated. Your DLC. You gonna nominate your phone update next? Like I just don't get it. I don't feel as though a DLC should be given any award with a full out title.
Yeah. Well,
I agree where I think that it should have been it should have its own DLC. We have enough DLC stuff that comes out anyways. It could have been included in the ongoing support category. But I think it shouldn't have been a game of the year even. That's what this came in. That's why it was game of the year now.
That's
Yeah, this whole thing is made by money.
Oh yeah, for sure.
This whole program is money.
Oh, and that's the thing,
money.
For me, I was actually really excited to see Balatro, even though I had no clue. So I looked it up on it, and then learning that it was made by one person, I think that's awesome. Like it also is really big. I mean, we were talking about that earlier there, Scorp, about like that person's they're gonna get a job somewhere.
Oh, they will, like that person, like after winning the awards that they did, that they're gonna see their contract. They're gonna have people right after coming up to them and be like,
Agree.
sign with me, sign with me, sign with me.
Now,
Right.
like I do, I love the best indie games because it allows me to, see things that I would have missed because I don't, I'm kind of tunnel vision when it comes to games that I play.
Yeah.
And UFO 50, that's something I'm gonna pick up, to give it a shot.
Balatro.
Balatro, yeah, I'm gonna pass on that one, but I respect the work he did.
No, of course. Okay, so sorry, I just came across it right now. Best action and adventure. Again, Astrobot is in there. Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown, Silent Hill 2, Star Wars Outlaws, The Legend of Zelda: Echoes of Wisdom. Again, what is Silent Hill 2 doing in there? It's not
I
even.
will add a monkey just for Devin.
But like, what is Silent Hill?
It's not an action adventure game. It's horror survival.
Yeah, like again,
It's sometimes it feels like they have to just throw in there because they don't have enough for one of them.
And
Which,
that's
if they
what bothers
delved
me.
farther, they might be able to find one. Like the action game based solely, sure. Action adventure, yeah. I don't think necessarily.
First off, Legend of Zelda is more of an action adventure game than Silent Hill.
Of course it is. Like,
By
as soon as I
huge
saw that, I
metrics.
thought that was gonna win.
I thought Echoes of Wisdom was going to win.
Yeah, I thought that was gonna win.
It looks. I haven't played it yet. I do definitely want to. I'm happy that the route they went with it.
See, my thing is this: it's about time this woman actually did something.
I'd say. Let me rephrase that in a better way. Yes,
no, it's about time.
I'm agreeing with you. I'm saying it's time that she actually did something in front of the screen, because everything she does is off screen. Breath of the Wild, they're like, oh, she was holding back Ganon for 100 years. Cool, didn't see any of it. All I saw was that dude just floating around being like, bro, as soon as you let up, I'm going to hit you. Like, besides that, nothing of that. And I wish they would. I mean, I guess in a way you kind of saw it with Sheik from the Ocarina of Time, but she really just dropped in, played some music, and then proceeded to just kind of fuck up.
See, I wish this was more like Breath of the Wild, the visuals. Then I would have been more excited. I don't like the artistic choice in Echoes of Wisdom. It's not my speed. That's why I enjoyed Breath of the Wild. I didn't end it because I got bored with it after like 14 hours.
Yeah, it's a boring game.
I didn't play the second one because I'd sold my Switch by then. Because I only got a Nintendo Switch to play Skyrim on it. That's it, literally. That's why I bought it. I spent $400 on a Switch to play Skyrim, so I could play it in bed. Let me actually which game did it sound.
It does something like that.
Yes, subcategories.
Yeah, I mean, they should have had one. You can't tell me that in the whole year there was no like horror-based games, there was no puzzle-based games, there was no a sci-fi one would be kind of cool. I mean, they already have an RPG one, which, like, I mean, you have to. It's
and the RPG choices wasn't even that great. Now I'm gonna try this metaphor of what is it called?
Metaphor Fantazio.
Oh no, I'm not. That's on $52. Nope.
That's $12 too many, sir.
Okay, how much is it for you?
On Steam, it is. Let me make sure I'm getting my price right. On sale, 25% off, $52.49.
Yeah, for me, it's probably still full price, like close to 70, close to like 80 bucks. Yeah.
And for the 35th digital anniversary edition, it's originally $100. I'm not doing this.
Cool, 130 for me.
I don't do that.
I'm not doing this.
Nope.
But games I will like look at, like I will take this list and I will go through like to see like a couple of these games to see if I maybe might pick up and try, like if it's RPG or shooter, just to like, yeah, you know how it is, like how what we did last year, right? Where it's like you picked up Sea of Stars, I picked up Dredge when Dredge was nominated and everything, and Dredge I enjoyed it.
And now I'm going through Sea of Stars on stream. The only one that I thought was for me was Sim/strategy games. That's one that I like strategy games. So seeing Age of Mythology retold on there actually just had kind of made me smile.
Now, that's a good game. Frostpunk 2 is a better game.
I never played it. I never had a chance to play it.
Play the first one. Get used to the first one. Because the second one is changed. It changes a lot. And the first one will give you a good base on how this game plays. So when
Okay.
you jump into the second one, you got a better understanding.
Okay, I would definitely do that.
Manor
I want to
Lords
take
is good too.
a shout out to Kanitsugami, Path of the Goddess. I played that. It's fun. I would recommend that game if you get
Let
a
me see
chance
what
to
that
play
look
it.
like.
It is. It's a different kind of strategy game, and I can't really complain.
I don't see. Hold on. Let me take a look at this here.
Oh, and
Okay.
Devin, just for you, what's on my list is I got to play the monkey game at some point next year. Wukong.
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 That don't just sit there.
Just sit there.
Okay, this game looks cool.
It is. I had a lot of fun with it. It's like a mixture between action and strategy.
It's got a lot of lights. I might have to take it diazepam, keep them that motion sickness down. It don't look like it's got a lot going on either. Oh yeah, dude. Never mind. Let me shut up.
But overall, I think this year, like I said, I'm happy that Astrobot won. I'm happier to see that Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree didn't win.
How is Astro Boy
Astrobot
Astrobot winning game of the year?
Wukong plays too much with my internal rage meter.
It plays with mine as well.
That's why I had my coworker I was talking to, and she was like, I put in like 100 hours, and I just can't beat this boss. And they started crying because I couldn't beat it. I was getting so frustrated, and I was like, "Have you just considered playing better?"
Yeah.
Wait, isn't that the same shit that you told me not too long ago?
Yeah. like it's the sage advice.
Well, yeah. Not only that, not it's more just Scorpio. Get good, do better. That's all you are. That's it.
I am so upset about game of the year.
One must do better.
But you know why though? You know why it's like this? You know why you're so heartbroken over game of the year? Because this year was remakes and remasters. That's what it was. Yeah. Like from what we heard already, next year, March alone is gonna get like 6 new games.
My thing is this: the only game on here that should have been game of the year is Black Myth Wukong.
Wow. No,
and I don't like you. You heard how I don't like it.
No. I'm saying I would put it past because again, everybody for some reason everybody's hating Final Fantasy Rebirth. Like they like I can't remember what happened. I think it was because there were so many bugs or something that when it came out or they hit a point where it's like whatever, but people slept on it, and when I finished it, it was like, holy shit, no. You don't like Final Fantasy was still amazing.
See, my thing is I haven't played the Final Fantasy.
Yeah,
and that's
like, why I don't have an opinion on it.
And even one for like Astrobot, like just basing it off of like when I was hearing other people talk about it, it seemed like it was that game. I mean, we've had it where a game kind of came out of left field. You know, I use It Takes Two, right? I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even think anything of It Takes Two at all. And the fact that it was one of those games that people really enjoyed that much that I was like, okay, maybe I'm going to have to look into this.
If it's not on PC, it shouldn't be game of the year.
Okay, but do you know what Astrobot is?
That like eliminates all Nintendo games.
I saw a trailer for it.
Okay, Devin. Astrobot is basically here. You take your PlayStation 1, let's just say. Imagine that's the PlayStation 5. Astrobot is it's basically the home game. It's not even the real game. It's like on your PlayStation's dashboard, there's little bots inside your controllers that you could go there, and it's basically like a dashboard game that you could play and experience like all the worlds of PlayStation and this and that. Then they decided to actually turn it into a physical copy of a game. That's what it is. Originally, that's what the Astrobot world is.
And
But see, I guarantee you're looking it up right now. You're watching.
I
You're
am.
like, what is this shit? That's what
this
it is.
is
So
like I
imagine
remember
you're-
seeing the trailer
yeah.
when it came out, because I believe me and Chanel talked about it. But I didn't click in my head like it's in PlayStation AI robot.
Yeah.
And you're doing no.
So imagine if they had just a PC version where it's like Microsoft comes out with like little gigabytes and just does computer games, like just no Steam, no nothing, just its own computer games like Minesweeper Flags and everything from way back when, Solitaire, and then it upscales it, and then they decide to make their own thing. That's what it is.
Yeah, it does look like an interactive museum of different games, platforming and stuff like that. It looks
that's
like
why
something.
it won is because of the fact that it is such a
Monkey Ball.
Like all
that
over.
Looks like Sonic.
It's like a collection of like all these different types of games and stuff, and it's just because it feels so fresh and something so different.
But It's not fresh. It's not different.
Exactly. No. Basically, Chi has it right. It's basically just a platform design interactive museum. It's just the console. It's just Sony saying, "Hey, throughout the years, come back with us." As a little bot takes you on journeys where you play games, you get to witness the old school like museum history of all Sony PlayStation consoles, from the Pocket Monster to the PSP to the PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, playing all these interactive games with the bot like a family type thing.
But nobody outside of PlayStation people can play it.
Exactly. So how does that win Game of the Year?
Exactly. Because
I mean, that would also say that completely eliminates like Nintendo from ever playing these games, like from ever winning.
Right, and that's pretty much what it did. Like that's why I'm surprised the Super Mario Jamboree didn't win. I thought Nintendo would be better than that. Apparently,
but that's fine though. It's Nintendo. Nintendo don't play by the same rules as everybody else. They've never played by the same rules as everybody else. They're in a league of their own. Nintendo is the company that'll give you a 30-year-old game and make you pay full price for it, and you will buy it. Shoot, the $100 clock that they have, that people is sold out because people needed a Nintendo clock. So when it comes to like game awards and stuff like that, I don't even think about Nintendo. Because Nintendo going to make their money and have their fan base regardless. But when we were looking at games that are supposed to be quote unquote the game of the year, you obviously didn't hear everybody's opinion.
No, they just threw it in there because, again, remakes, remasters, and I don't want to hear nothing else. That's it.
See, the two puppets on the Game Awards said it right. This is a showcase show with a Game Awards mixed into it. This is, what is it, Warthog and the Muppets.
The two Muppets have always been the most realist motherfuckers.
Yeah, because they said
it.
This is a showcase show for game trailers, and they sprinkle in these little awards in there.
Yeah.
They burn through half of them so fast. You only want to showcase your major players. You had Kojima. You had the guy that looked like Kojima. I don't know his name, but they look like brothers. That's kind of racist. Not all Asians look alike. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it like that. But he had the same haircut and beard cut. Like if they was wearing the same clothes, they'd be twins. So,
I'm clipping that. That's and that's the thing is like they do this like they do this a lot where it's just the same with last year. They make sure Kojima comes up because it's Kojima.
Well, he should. He looked disappointed when they even mentioned him too.
It's because I don't think he really wants to be there.
Yeah, it's like he's just
big.
Oh yeah, He is. That's why and like between him, boys bringing him up, and there's always I don't know when it comes to the Game Awards. As much as I can sit there, I can bullshit with. We'll discuss them. Um, it is one of those more bullshit too. Because like I would love to. Maybe I'll still do that. Is do one of like what you guys think would have won in each category. Maybe I'll make like a TikTok something of it. What do you think should have won for the Game Awards or something like that? From the more players' perspective and not the game journalists and the corporation kind of thing.
Yeah.
Well, the crazy thing is, I'm making my own Game Award show.
You know what game should have won? Concord for fastest game to ever dip the fuck out.
Yeah, that was trash.
Like,
But I am.
I'm showed up. You got a paycheck and was like, all right, guys, I'm done.
Right. I'm making my own Game Award show. I've been working on it for over a year now.
Do it.
Like,
okay.
And it's just going to be, we're going to pick who we want to pick to win. Everybody else do it. See, what's holding me up is I'm trying to get my trophies. Like, I'm actually going to have trophies for people. They won't accept them. But that's what I'm doing.
No, that's fair. I like that. It's hard because it's like I want to play. There's so much more games I want to play. I can't drop that kind of money. You know what I mean? Like I can't drop that $60, $70 every couple of weeks to go finish up a game and stuff like that.
I mean, see, to counter that is I have the money. I just don't have the mindset as to which game I even care to want to play. Like it's wanting to choose which one would be good for it. Like I just don't want to waste my money.
See, that's why I have Xbox Game Pass. Yep. Yeah, damn right. No monkeys.
That's got to be like the award for like the worst game you play. The gosh darn monkey award. Just
have a monkey statue.
Yeah.
Well, by Monkey Ball.
The Monkey Ball.
I don't know. No, absolutely not. I've seen it. I can't know.
But why? They're enclosed in capsules. Like
you like the silver, like the Silver Monkey Award. That's from Legends of the Hidden Temple, by the way.
Yeah.
The Shrine of the Silver Monkey. So, but yeah, I'm waiting for my Legends of the Hidden Temple game, not Temple Run, but actually Legends of the Hidden Temple game. I'm just saying, it would be really fun.
Like when it comes to buying games, I have Game Pass.
I got Game Pass and I got the PlayStation Plus premium set.
I just got my wallet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's fun.
Nobody both just That's why but yeah, I just feel like
but also games that come out, if you have to be something I'm really, really want for me to purchase you day one. And that's far and few in between.
It'll be Persona 6, Borderlands 4, The Elder Scrolls, LA. Just, like all those are like the ones that are for sure. But then there are going to be a few of them where it's the I just got paid, makes impulse decision buy. Like,
oh, see, I've learned not to do that.
It depends on the game. If I see like, let's say there's a deal, right? Like right now, there's a PlayStation's going to be bringing in like Forspoken, Sonic, and all that, right? How the fuck? Sorry, I thought I blocked a number, and apparently it must have not blocked. But like when I look at like I said, Persona 6, whenever that drops, hopefully next year we'll get something about it. Little Nightmares is one that I want to play.
Oh, Little Nightmares is good. You will enjoy that.
I probably will end up dropping almost right away on the brand new Dark Pictures style game.
Oh, definitive
80/20
or 80/20, yeah.
That looks fucking good. I love those style of games.
I love them too. Like, I'm gonna be up there and I'm gonna be like obviously up in that shit because it's up my alley.
Oh yeah, The Wolf Among Us 2. Whenever
I
that
will look
drops, I'm going to be.
70.
Yeah.
You guys might not have played them.
120 gigs for Indiana Jones.
It's not worth. Okay,
I
I
haven't.
shouldn't say it's not worth it because I haven't played it long enough. However, the very first like opening cinematic for it, because it's all first person, and you're walking through. And remember, I 130 gigs, right? I had audio drop like multiple times back to back to back to back to back to back. I've had people who just happen to just walk through things, like they just walk through trees, walk through whatever. Animation is not that great. Like it spent 95% of the budget was on Harrison Ford's face.
Sounds about right. Even like real life.
It's just it feels like a game, and this is for the very little I've played. I haven't even gotten into combat or anything yet. But just for the very brief I've played, it feels like a game that was meant for VR. That they were like, oh, well, you're going to put that on the regular Game Pass.
So
And
what I'll
even
do,
the look of it even feels like VR.
I'll give it a couple months.
Give it a try.
I'll wait because if I play it and I have issues, I'm not going to play it again. I'm not. I can't deal with that. Half my life is over. I don't have time to wait on crappy games like borrow time.
Crash Team Racing dropped.
Oh, CTR was fun. I remember that.
Yeah, it's on Game Pass. I was playing it on PS4 with friends and stuff, and I was like, the game dropped on Game Pass, so I'm down to play anytime, motherfuckers.
The game I did try on Game Pass was Stalker 2. No.
Really that bad?
It's not my speed.
Okay.
It's I know people love it. It's got a huge following, but it's definitely not for me.
I don't know if you guys saw. Did you guys see I don't know if you guys. SCORP, you didn't because I don't think you have TikTok. But like, I made a video talking about I want more games based in like other cultures. I don't know if you saw that, but
no, I didn't see that.
I was playing Raji in Ancient Epic, which is good. I like it. Hindu culture.
Oh yeah, I did see that TikTok.
Yeah.
I saw your thing on it.
Okay, I didn't know if you did or not, but I really do want more. I love having games where they delve into like other cultures besides like what I would include. I like Norse, I like Egyptian, I like Japanese culture, I like that stuff. But like I want them to dive into other cultures around the world that don't have to necessarily reflect just those.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind this little diversity in my gameplay.
Yeah, but that's woke, so
I still don't know what that means.
It means that I'm a bigot, and I'm trying not to say that it's woke. I'm saying it's woke, which means I'm a bigot. I'm just gonna say something to come down to.
These young terms, I don't get.
No, and guess what? It's just a new term for being called. I don't like playing as women or minorities. I want it's like one of the people who are like, I just want a good story. Well, it is a good story. Yeah, but like just say you don't want to play as a black guy, bro. Like
it depends. It depends on the game. It really does. I don't want to play if a game, let's say if you took Marcus Phoenix from Gears of War and made him a black dude, I'm gonna be mad at you.
There's a Coltrane.
Yeah, there is Coltrane.
You got Coltrane.
Yeah.
So if you turn Marcus Phoenix into a black dude, I'm like, yo, what are you doing? I'm gonna be pissed. That's like when Michael B. Jordan was part of the Fantastic Four. Bastardized to attack people. Yeah, I can see it.
No, wanting diversity. They say you don't want them. You don't want the monkeys, man. Like you said, you freed some.
Yeah, I got in trouble at work for calling people monkeys.
I
first started calling people muggles with the hard M.
With the hard M.
And they didn't like that at my job.
Because they don't even understand it. That's why you can't scare people. You can't scare people.
Muggle.
Like
so
you muggle. It's like
I like to take on personas of evil people at the job and see how far I can get away with it.
You should have called them Mudbloods instead.
Oh, I've done that. Yeah.
The Mudbloods.
I get a lot of conversations. Oh yeah, fuck that Fantastic Four. She was dumb.
Yeah, it was.
Horrible.
And that's the thing is like that's why
My Fantastic Four is a white family. White. I do not want anybody in the
White and
Fantastic Four
orange.
of being of color. They are white people.
That's
That's what they need to be. You can't have some black dude, single black dad, adopt some white baby. That was the wildest thing about that movie. How did this black dude adopt this white baby with no wife? Nothing. I don't know how it is in Canada, but here in the US, that just don't fly.
They won't
I
let
mean,
it happen.
here in Canada, be welcomed with open arms.
That won't fly here in America. It's too much
No,
prejudice.
Well, the thing that's why it's a comic book movie because they know it's going to be fictional.
That was the most fictional part. Them having superpowers, I'm like, oh, I believe that.
It's downright scripted.
I understand that. Oh, you can turn into fire. I get that. I understand. But how your sister white? How? Michael B. Jordan, holla at me. Explain that to me. That was the wildest part of that movie. Damn.
I think the thing is that it gets so wild. So like for example, right now it's because I was on X earlier, basically just fishing for shit to go make a video out of.
Mhm.
And the first thing was the uglification of Ciri from The Witcher 4. Because now that she's a Witcher, I don't know Witcher lore. I don't know much about Witcher lore at all.
But she's not ugly.
She's not ugly, but
She's not.
it's just it just feels like it feels like a bunch of just incels being incels.
First off, she was a little kid in Witcher 3. Was she not? She wasn't a grown.
No, she was. She was near the end.
She was a child. Let's not sexualize children here.
No. Okay, so in The Witcher 3, from what I remember, is when you're in the beginning, it kind of does like a bit of a flashback. She was a child, but then time passes. She has that power to even go through time.
But she still wasn't that old, was she? She couldn't have been no more than 16, 17, right?
I think by the end, yeah, she was close to maybe early, like maybe hitting 20, early 20, I want to say.
Okay.
I mean, give or take. Have you seen her in the fourth? It looks like she matured quite a bit.
So she was
more.
20. Okay, she was 21.
See,
in
yeah,
the third one.
Okay, so she got to be what, like 40 in the.
No, I would say at least. I want to take a guess. Early 30s to mid 30s.
Okay.
By
so she
by
didn't
the fourth.
age well.
Huh? No, she aged perfectly fine. Like,
well, I'm talking about what people are saying that she not attractive.
Yeah, because people look at a freaking toilet and they think that porcelain is freaking attractive. People have their own judgments. Like
I ain't see nothing wrong with her.
I see
No,
first off,
there's nothing wrong with her. It's just the fact that they're like
it's like between her and Yen and Triss.
Well, and that's the thing. It's like, well, she's ugly now, and then they tried using like the lore to say why it's not fair. It's basically complaining that Geralt's not going to be the main character in there.
That's
anymore.
what it is.
That's what they're bitching about. That Geralt's not the main character anymore. So now even they said it in there that they're going in a new style. Geralt's story is over.
Yeah, we're
it's
done
time
with that.
To move on to someone else. So why not move on to a new character instead of creating their own Witcher? We're gonna move on with a character that we've been setting up.
They don't like you said. People don't want to play women. I don't understand why people don't want to play women.
Because they don't like women.
I'm not gonna lie.
It comes down to the fact that they don't like women, or they'll try to use some bullshit arbitrary. Well, she shouldn't be able to lift whatever it is, blah blah blah, or do because and they try to use this like basically pseudoscience to make themselves sound intellectual, but what it really comes down to is that you're basically a low IQ sheep that is just spouting shit off to hide the fact that you just don't want to play as women. And if you don't want to play as women, totally fine. Don't play the game.
The best time I used to play as a female character is when I played World of Warcraft.
Samus
is great. But I used to play World of Warcraft and I used to make female characters. And I used to love it because guys would just give me stuff. Like they would. They would just give me things.
You were the horror of WoW.
Yo,
that's how it was.
I had a guy give me his entire guild with the Undead Furry Warrior. Yep, double-handed. And he gave me his whole guild plus his guild bank. He made me the guild leader. So I kicked everybody out. And him. I'm like,
oh my god.
Oh well. That was the best part of WoW. Loved it.
Again, not
imagine
wrong.
being the original OF.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Honestly, I was kind of loose in WoW because I had a blood elf mage. He's gonna be toxic. I had a blood elf mage that I would sit in the cities and I would just I had all the portals, so I could open up portals at any major city. Come holla at me. I got you. Give me a couple gold. I'll open this portal for you. You got your team to go through. You need that linen bag? I got you. You need to borrow some gold? I got you. 10% interest. I used to sit and you go to the auction house, it'd be all my character's name. I used to flood the auction house, undercut people. I was hustling in WoW.
And that's the thing is that you just get so many like Jack said, you get so many of these like thirsty people, and that's the thing is so funny is like the same people who are like I don't want to have to play as a woman in the game, blah blah blah, and I'm like, yo, I don't know what you're dealing. Why do I have to play as a woman? The same argument could go. Why do they have to play as a dude?
They don't want to play as a woman, but they're the first one complaining about women.
Oh yeah,
I've been married for a while.
I've been married for a little bit, and
I see the social media stuff, the red balloon popping.
20 to the 1v1 and all that shit.
And I'm like, this is crazy. I could not be dating in this day and age. It's wild on both ends, men and women. It's just it's a wild environment.
It is and that's the thing. It's like you gotta like just go like get away from it. Get away from the internet. Same people who can't play games with women play Dead or Alive with the boot. Hey.
Oh, Dead or Alive volleyball.
Dead or Alive volleyball. That's what I was saying. I was like,
that was my game.
I'm playing. What do you put? I'm playing this. Just is it good? Asking for a friend. Like
my aunt bought me that game. She went out and paid for it and got me that game.
I played it. So I had a friend of mine whose his older brother had it. And then he'd bring his Xbox and whatever, and then we ended up sitting there. It was just him and me just sitting there, just playing. He's like, "What were we playing? Volleyball." And his mom came downstairs because I was at his house, and his mom comes downstairs. She's like, "What the hell are you guys playing?" And we both look. We're like, "Volleyball."
Yeah, it's a nice sports game.
It is.
It's not like you were playing Leisure Suit Larry.
Come on, Rumble Roses. Like
there's
another thing that's so funny about I miss those raunchy fucking games. I'm like,
my thing is this: if you're gonna have a female in the game, and she's supposed to be a little bit scandalous. I need jiggle physics. I appreciate it. I'm not mad about it. First off, I grew up with Laura Croft with the cyberpunk chest, all boxed out.
Yeah, her chest looked like the beginning of the Cybertruck.
Yeah, so I grew up with that. That was the hotness. Now, as an older adult, I appreciate the jiggle physics. I'm not going to be like, oh, no, that's not appropriate. It's a game. It is appropriate.
Well, that's what the thing with that was the whole thing with Stellar Blade. Oh my god, she has jiggle physics and she looks like she's supposed to be attractive, and
oh my god, she looks too real. She looks
right.
like
if that's how you want to make,
but she's a real person. The actress is a real person.
Model.
I know.
Yeah.
but that's people nowadays. Oh my god, she looks like a real person. Okay, guys.
It's there's a no-win situation. Like, honestly,
now.
if you're a woman, there's just a no-win situation.
No.
Like, you either can't do something, or these people are upset at you because you can do something. Like,
oh my god, let's not hit Rule 34, Stellar Blade.
No. That is. Well, and that's the thing is like, when I don't get like you want to play as a female character, go right ahead. There's nothing wrong with that. If there's a game where you play as a female character, all of a sudden now it's like, why do I have to blah blah blah? It's obviously for woke blah blah. And then like, where is it sitting there that it's woke to have a female?
No, the only female game that you had to play a female character for that I didn't like is when I was playing Ninja Gaiden and I had to switch to the girl, and I didn't know how to play with her, and I died like 1 billion times.
Sounds like a skill issue.
Huh?
What?
It was a skill issue. It was a horrible skill issue because I didn't know what I was doing.
I like that. Sounds like a skill issue.
It was.
Huh?
Because I struggled.
Skill issue. No, but it was just a pause, like, as soon as he said that.
It's just, but you're right, though. It is like, when I look at like like, for example, they're remaking Perfect Dark, and
oh my god,
Joanna looks too much like her chin is designed to be to look masculine, blah blah. And I'm like, guys, shut the fuck up. You really don't care. You're just mad because you have to play as a woman, which is weird because you don't have to play this game.
Oh no, she looked good. What are you talking about?
I don't know exactly. That was one of the bitching marks of it, and I'm just like, it's amazing to me. Like, there's no reason.
She got a little short haircut, Sigourney Weaver type look.
Maybe all these people that are bitching need to get their eyes checked.
The people who are bitching need to go outside.
My thing is this,
or learn how to play with themselves and then go outside.
No, they just need to go outside. Like, they need to go and be like, oh wow, if I talked the way that the people did online in real life, as you said before, you're gonna get punched in the mouth. And the funny is, they're gonna get punched in the mouth by that same woman that they were trying to shit talking before.
I'm for strong women. Like, for it. 100%.
Don't say that too loudly now.
Real life fantasy, it's a great thing. Me and Chandel was talking about it last week, the wrestler Raquel Rodriguez, and I'm like, she's 6'2", 200 pounds. She can destroy us. And I was like, I'm kind of into that.
Unless they're a monkey.
Yeah, I can't do that.
Raquel Rodriguez.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, we're like, her and I are almost like the same age. Now I feel.
And a strong, a strong female character in the game. I think we had a lot of those growing up.
Heavenly Sword. Yeah, Bayonetta.
Yeah.
Mirror's Edge.
Okay, when it comes to Assassin's Creed, though, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, but not really Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Valhalla was more. It's just Valhalla was just they just plucked her and put her in. Mass Effect, again, they just needed an alternate version of a male, so
Well, but
you
we're
can't
not
really
talking
use
about
those.
we're not talking about just the main characters. We're
Oh
also
no
talking
no no,
about
but I
like
mean like for
side
male
ones.
leads wise,
You
like
know,
they
Tally,
had
Yeah.
Miranda,
Returnal.
Liara,
yeah they had
Control.
amazing females in
Control.
there,
Yeah,
but
Control was really good with that.
yeah,
Returnal.
but male leads wise though, if we're talking about the leads, like Bayonetta, she's a lead. Heavenly Sword, she's a lead. Like stuff like that. I'm just
Right.
saying
I mean, as I
Valhalla
said,
and Mass Effect was kind of like meh, unless you're talking about like
well, I wouldn't really count. I wouldn't really count Mass Effects like the male or female like lead characters because they're kind of just what you choose to be, anyways.
right. That's exactly what I'm getting at. They're not
Yeah.
like
So, but I would account that in the game themselves,
yeah,
they have plenty of it,
So it's
and
yeah,
like none of
but
these
they do.
guys playing Resident Evil, like Resident Evil 3.
Yeah, gotta love Jill. Gotta
Yeah,
love
Jill
Jill.
Valentine.
Jill
Yep.
Valentine, or even just what is it, Ada Wong as well.
Ada
Yeah.
Wong, Jill Valentine, and then you
Like,
have
and that's the thing
Bright
is like
Memory.
yeah.
Bright Memory. Bright. Oh, I'm so glad that someone brought Bright Memory.
Yeah.
Like, it's the fact that like a lot of these, I'm gonna just call them losers.
But
I mean,
you are
they
definitely
jump online. They're all mad because look, the fact that the female gamers, blah blah blah, they're just doing it to get woke diversity. No, it's because at the end of the day, it's a game. People don't fucking care. They're fine with having a female. Majority of people are fine with having a female character, and y'all just outed yourself. So congratulations. Like it comes off as super weird.
I need more females in gaming industry, streaming,
yeah,
more
but see,
games, more
but
women.
here's the thing: they'd be afraid now because it's like you have too many people bitching and complaining that as soon as a woman gets behind the camera, oh my god, it's either you got to give her shit because she's a female, or
She didn't
you got
take
to
it. She didn't win it on her own. She didn't. If she's not that good, anyways. They didn't take her seriously to start with.
she has to she makes her
Really
only
got bumped in.
OnlyFans.
Let me tell
She
you
has only
something.
OnlyFans like either that or the fact that hey, hide your camera, you'll get more views that way.
If I was a woman, I'd be dangerous. What? This right here, all these would have been out. Everything. The chestises would have been all out. Camera would have been down. I respect those women. First off, they using what they got to get that money.
Yeah, if you paying for a streamer because you keep I just can't resist looking at her chest and you just keep paying money for it. You have no right to be mad.
Right?
Why should you be? Why would anybody be mad at a woman for doing what she doing to get that money?
Because it comes down to that old saying, like, she don't actually want nothing to do with you, and you're just too stupid to realize it.
She don't. She here to get money.
Oh yeah, that's the thing. They want to only try to get money, but instead they just sit there and they're like, well, it's easier for those kind of people to just blame the woman for basically doing what she was given, for using what she was given, rather than being like, shit, maybe I have a problem.
Yeah. Step your game up. If you streaming and this woman is pulling numbers and coin and you not, maybe why don't you hit the gym, get a 6-pack, some pecs, some obliques, and do shirtless yourself.
I mean, if you really think about it, the first thing they really should do is fucking shower. Because half the people who complain about it forget that water exists. And so they end up smelling like shit, and then they get mad when, well, I don't. They only want to use me for my money. Most of y'all who say that shit are fucking broke, anyways.
I tell them this: y'all wouldn't say that to Mary Magdalene, and she was the OG at it. She was. She rode with Jesus, and she was a lady of the night. It's somewhere in the Bible, somewhere around 1 Corinthians. I'm not sure. I haven't read the Bible in a while. But let these women do what they do. First off, some of them are very talented. Very talented. Like I enjoy watching, what's her name? Alana Pierce.
I haven't really watched Alana. The only thing I knew from Alana Pierce is she made a really. The only thing I noticed is she made that really L take on Elden Ring.
Oh, the accessibility?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was taken out of context.
Like
that
people
did not understand what she was talking about.
Well, that's because the same shit we said before.
Yeah.
Still, I mean, I don't agree with her take, but it's just how she explained it was not the greatest.
Yeah.
So like, you have to be, and that's the thing, you have to be really like direct because some of these people don't understand like media or reading comprehension at all. They have no comprehension whatsoever. You have to take everything at like a face value.
I tried to watch somebody called Valkyrie.
No.
Oh, Valkyrie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not really. It was all right. Not really my speed.
Okay, but there you go. You just said it. It's not for you.
Yeah.
Oh, and you've done more now than most of those fucking weirdos who will end up
exactly.
paying money for them and then get mad at them later.
Yeah, because I ended up checking her out because I saw her all the time online. I'm like, oh, who? Pokemon? Let me see what you about. So I gave a bunch of episodes, and I'm like, all right, I get it, but it ain't directed towards me. Like the girl Lulu.
Oh, she's awesome. Like, her Apex stuff, like known as the Kraber Queen and everything. Wait, are we talking about? Well, hold on. Are we talking about the same Lulu, or are you talking about like
Lulu Lovely?
Yeah. Okay.
Lulu,
We're talking about the same one then. Yeah.
I was also checking out somebody. I don't know her name. She's Ashley Roboto, something like that. She was cool.
Yeah. Like I check out Dizzy Kitten. I check out like some of the like Luality. Like
I've seen her.
But there's so many again female creators that do amazing work. Sometimes what they say isn't really the greatest, but again, everybody has their hits and their misses about what they say. But again, they're still talented content creators and their partners. So all these ones that are bitching and complaining, where do you think they're giving you?
If you don't like them, like, why are you investing so much time in them?
Yeah, exactly. If you hate on, like, you know how much time it takes to hate on somebody? Like, you got to give a lot of work to not like when people hate on my video, you know what I reply to them? Thank you for taking the time to watch it. I appreciate it.
Right?
Because like, you took the time.
Yeah, to even acknowledge you. It's like, hey, you're an asshole. Well, thank you.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, like it took you literally 2 seconds to A, acknowledge me that I'm a human being.
Mm-hmm.
B, it took you another like minute and a half to acknowledge that I do work that you hate. And you wasted your own breath on me.
Yeah, I'm happy for it.
Yeah, right? Now go die in a corner.
I'm for it. And I do. There's tons of people online that I enjoy and I don't enjoy, but I also don't know who they are because they don't fall in the like literally 2 weeks ago I just found out who an Tate is.
I'm sorry, what?
A Tate. Andrew Tate.
Andrew Tate.
I didn't know who that was. People, they were talking about it at a job. I'm like, who? They're like, oh, don't you be in the gaming and online and so? Like, yeah, but I'm not exposed to everything. I kind of stay in my lane.
No, you're already doing better than most.
Like if I go to a video, like, oh, I don't like what you're talking. Done. I'm not going to give you an acknowledgement like, oh, write a comment.
That's absolutely insane. Okay, you're supposed to make a big old deal about it. You're supposed to rant and rave, and that's the thing is that's and that if people would do that more, the people who they don't agree with or they talk toxic people, truly toxic people, they would have way less of a platform.
Oh yeah, but people
Those
love
people-
following.
They love, yeah, oh, exactly. You know,
know?
like people like the Tate brothers, people like the Fresh and Fit guys.
I don't even know who they are.
They are another podcast that just spend most of their time just ranting and shitting
Hold
on
on.
fucking women for literally nothing.
Let me take a look. Maybe I've seen them by face.
You might have seen them by face, but
They're called Fresh and Fit.
yeah,
Fresh
they're just they're two grift losers that spend most of their time going through. Like I mean, even if they're, and I've said, even you can be a financially successful person and still be a loser.
Yeah, I don't know any of them.
Like, and so, it's just, you know, it gets to a point where it gets really toxic, that it does to the point where I understand when it comes to gaming, a lot of the, you know, there's women who are like really good and they don't want to come out because of the people being so vitriolic.
That's why they do those
They do the VTubing.
VTubing.
Yeah, like
And-
Iron Moose, and she surpassed Kai Cenat.
Yeah. And you kind of just, you know, and that's the thing is, like, those same people who hate them and will shit on them and be all angry and all this other kind of stuff, and then they follow someone like Iron Mouse. And then you're like, so do you really hate them?
See,
Or
my
do
thing
you
is
just-
this.
You just wanted a reason to bitch.
I'm trying to be friends with these people. You know?
I try to be, yeah, you know, that's fair. Like, I try to be friends with as many people as possible. That's why I purposely, I love Borderlands 3. So I go into watching Borderlands streams, and I go and I chat with these people and I get to know them and all that other kind of stuff. You know, that's how you have to build a community. A lot of these fucking toxic people, what they'll do is they end up just, they end up poisoning whatever it is.
Yeah, stop being fun.
Yeah, exactly. And then, you know, like I said, you know, these, you know, especially if you're a woman, you know, the harassment, the threats, all because of the fact that either, you know, hey, I call you out, I'm better than you, or you're just a weird person and I don't want to associate myself with you. And, you know what I mean? Like, and y'all can throw a fucking tantrum over it.
Yeah, I see a lot of that on social media. Like, I'll scroll through TikTok, and I'm big. There's a lot of gaming videos on TikTok where you'll see somebody say something derogatory to a female player, and I'm like, you sound like your mom ain't raised you right.
Well, it's also the fact that they are completely better than them, and they kind of shit the bed.
Well,
Yeah.
even if you know, funny thing is, even if they're not
Straight pull
better
the
than them,
Amber Heard on them.
right? And even not on the bed. But like even if they're playing a different game, oh, you know, the only reason you guys got there, and I'm like, bro, the reason, it sounds like you mad because you not a woman.
I mean, shoot. If I was, I'd
Like,
be
you just
a-
mad because, I mean, why are you mad because you're not a woman? You're not getting the attention that a woman got from other people, and you mad because of it. You wanted the attention. That's just envy.
What you got to do is, I'm going to do it myself. I'm going on Amazon and I'm about a fake silicone breast,
Oh my God.
and I'm gonna wear them on a live stream to see how many W's I get. That might be the new thing.
If
That
you
might
can't
be
beat
the
him,
new
join him.
gimmick.
Like,
I wear the same hat. I don't have my blue T-shirt on because I wore this to work. I was gonna put my regular blue T-shirt on I always wear, but I'm like, I'll give up the hat. Switch to some silicone biddies and just be playing, just jiggle through the whole stream. Don't even say nothing.
Okay. Just for shits and giggles. One time, I did work at Amazon at the thing, and a pair of those actually did come across the line.
Yeah.
And my God, like, just playing the bongos was just hilarious. Like, all you hear is like skin slapping the entire time. People
Mhm.
were just like looking around, like, what the hell is that sound? It's like I
That
shifted,
is-
quickly throw it in a box, and it's like, there it goes. Hey, wait a second. It was on the way to the US too.
Oh
Did you
yeah.
receive it yet?
Hope it's coming.
Yeah, it should be on its way.
But you can
and
get
that's
them.
you know, and that's why I hope that, like, they can get, you know, start doing better in terms of, I think there's gonna be a shift, but it's like a lot of these fucking dudes have to realize that, like, yeah, the thing that you guys gatekept is not the same anymore. Like, people are coming in of all different walks of life. They're enjoying the video games and stuff that you play, and now it's the time to move forward from it and realize other people like the shit just as much as you do. Like, I hope that I don't know. It bothers me. I get to the point where it does bother me, because if I had if I had a daughter, right, or a sister, and then she just getting threats because some dude is basically like, well, I'm mad because she beat me in the game. You're just a bitch anyways. Blah blah blah. Yeah, like, I'm on. Shut the fuck up.
See, as a man who has a daughter, I teach my daughter to ignore, because first off, if you're online, somebody say something you don't like, turn it off. Simple as that. Somebody say something you don't like, turn it off. Mute them. You don't have to listen to it. But
Damn,
I also make
feel
it.
bad.
Huh?
I feel bad because Afro's muted me how many times? I feel bad now.
But I also make it clear that I'm prepared to end a life over my daughter.
Oh, for
100%. There's no ifs, ands, buts about it. I got 11 acres worth of land in Pipersville, Pennsylvania. They'll never find you. It's swampland. They'll never find you. And I don't have a problem saying that on an open airway, because this is how I was raised. This is how I raised my kids, to be respectful, to be nice, but also have some thicker skin, because people are going to say some mean stuff to you. But dad is here, and I got plenty money and good lawyers. I'm not going to jail.
Goddamn, in the background, play some Eminem. Play some Eminem's "Hey Little Baby," like that one, the one that he played for Ellie song.
No problem.
Yeah, man.
My daughter, and if it's a little kid, I'm gonna say it. I'll punch a little kid in the stomach. No problem. Let my daughter say something. We knock the wind right out you.
Well, and then go a little bit more than that, but sure.
Just gonna be like KO and just
yep. And then go tell your dad, so he can get beat up too.
I mean, that's fair.
Yeah,
like if you gotta take one, you gotta take on the other.
Yeah.
All right. Well, shit. That's
always
a way.
Fun.
That's definitely a way to end the stream.
I'm glad I'm here.
I'm glad you are too.
No, I am too. I do wish that Dell would have been here as well.
Yeah, his job sucks sometimes on the weekends.
Yeah, that really sucks. But he's here in spirit, so
yeah.
I'll just say. That's what they say. He's here in spirit.
Yeah, he's probably like cursing you. He's like, damn it, I knew I shouldn't have left him alone again.
And the crazy thing is this with him, every time he has to work on a weekend, we both play Call of Duty Black Ops 6. Every time it's a double XP weekend.
Ooh.
So I should have known he was going to have to work, because it's a double XP weekend.
He's just not fortunate.
It just every time.
That sucks. But I appreciate you being here, man. I
yes,
really
sir.
do.
I appreciate coming.
This is just I don't know. Maybe we'll just make this a yearly thing where we just bitch about the Game Awards. And,
I think that's pretty much what it's already turning into. We're already 1 year old into this, where we did 2023 and 24, so might as well bitch about 25.
Yeah.
Yep. So 25 coming around. There's going to be another bunch of games. GTA will probably start taking the win because they can afford it. And maybe GTA. I hope GTA has monkeys, just so you
nasty
monkeys and muggles.
Monkeys and muggles. That'll be the new one. But alrighty, everyone. I appreciate y'all being here. Thanks again for Devin and Black Scorpio as well.
Yeah, no problem.
Devin, one last chance. You want to toss in your podcast as well?
Oh yeah, you could check me and Shondell out on the Level Down podcast, YouTube, iTunes, Spotify, every place you can find a audio version and video version. We're out there. We also do a wrestling podcast, Bury the Booking podcast. These are weekly podcasts. They come out every Sunday. So check us out. You know, we got a couple good things coming up in the next couple weeks. So appreciate it.
Awesome. Sounds good. Scorp, I know they can catch you up on Twitch, struggling in Elden Ring.
For sure. Hey, I'm happy. I'm happy to be struggling in Elden Ring right now. If I get through it by Christmas, I'll be one happy camper. Oh,
I don't know for myself. I mean, I'll be doing the Sly Coopers, go to the Sly Cooper playthroughs as long as doing Sea of Stars as well. I'll be continuing that in the morning. So appreciate everyone. Like I said, appreciate y'all being here. And as I always say, Taylor from Afro Official G, and I'll catch you all in the next one.